the heck? Excuse me, you what? You what? Sorry, I'm slow. I was setting up multi-streaming. Can I hear myself? What am I hearing myself on? YouTube? Mute that. Shut the hell up. Yeah, it has. Oh yeah, it does look like it's working. I combined the chats. Hello, hello, hello. What am I still hearing myself on? What's doing that? Is that just my headphones? Well, the chat should be working. Oh, I saw that. I was looking for that. Looking forward to that. Maybe I'll play it one day. Why can I hear myself? What? I'm confused. That's not usually what happens. Oh, it's my phone! I forgot! I usually have it muted. It's peak, but also like 70 bucks. Yeah. That's why I haven't gotten it yet. Yeah, look, Kenji, you can read the chat from the other people too. Wait for a sale? Yeah, I'll wait. I have other Digimon games to play anyway. I'll probably stream them. But I have other JRPGs I also want to stream first. Silly Digimon and big furries? Wow! Wow, you've sold me on the big furries! Holy wow! Bazoinga, big furries? Count me in! Count me in! I don't know why, the game we're playing today, by the way, is a visual novel by the Steins Gate people. It's the one that comes before Steins Gate, so it's literally just gonna be a reading stream. I hope you don't mind. I'll try and do funny voices, okay? That'll entice you, I'm sure. Want to be best friends? I don't know if I can just, I don't know if I can just, it's like signing a contract. I don't think I can just sign a contract. Like that, right out the door. Wait, what? Big muscly lion chest? What's the problem? I'm not so trusting. I'm not so trusting of people on the internet. I've been burnt before. I got scammed out of my money. So I'm not gonna sign any contracts. Voice acting from Poko? Yeah, it's gonna be wonderful and beautiful and absolutely flawless. Before I start stream though, I want to know what you guys' opinion is. Wait, sorry, there's a lot of tabs on my screen right now. I gotta get rid of them. You're being ridiculous? I'm being safe. This is what my parents taught me, stranger danger. When are you gonna make all your viewers sign contracts? When I have a contract to sign. What are they gonna give me? I don't know what I'm gonna be selling them to have that happen. Like a no harm clause? Okay, so the chat is like way too big. The chat is way too big on this screen. I need to sort that out. Can I like adjust it? I can get a massive chat here. Give them an NDA? One chance? What? I'm just saying, you didn't really sell anything to me. What do I gain out of being your best friend? What do I gain? You didn't sell anything to me. You were just like, hey, be my best friend. I don't know what I'm gonna be getting from it. What do I get besides you getting a fantastic, flawless, wonderful, perfect individual as a best friend? Poco's already my best. We did talk because I said happy birthday, so it hasn't been months. Actually, you're wrong. Aesop. We need to continue Sons of the Forest. That's true. I forgot about that. I have to re-download it. I gotta get on that. I need to fix this chat thing that's here. Look, okay. I was gonna say like, hey guys, do you want me to do it with the full screen or the overlay? But if I do it full screen, the chat kind of is like massive and takes up half the screen. So I don't know. I have to adjust that next time. You'll get his sub? Is that true? Permaband, will you give me money if I be your best friend? You have this game? Chaos Head? Oh, Sons of the Forest? Yeah, we were playing it with Potato. Me and Dumpy were playing it with Potato. So it was pretty dope, pretty cool. Yeah, I guess we'll play with the overlay then. Sorry, boys. I was gonna give you a choice, but my chat is too big. I guess I could just add it again and make it smaller. I should probably do that anyway. Sons of the Forest. Round chat bodies, yeah, you big tum. Big chat tum-tum. Let me see. Let me see. I wonder what's for dinner. Sorry, I'm crazy. Just pop the chat in, but make it like 300 times smaller. I think that was right. Yeah. Okay, send a message, boys. The chat is a bit slower on YouTube. Oh damn. That's not me, that's the program. That's the program. It's got nothing to do with me. I'm just gonna type a random thing and see if it detects it still in my second chat. Okay, yeah. Alright, chill. Chill, chill, chill. Is this YouTube? Oh, never mind. Maybe it's just slow overall. Maybe it's just the internet delay. The Western internet delay. But that's good. At least it works. Okay, now that I made the chat smaller, we can actually have the choice. Do you want it to be full screen game, where I covers the text sometimes, or do you want it to be overlay game, where it looks fancy and like I'm professional and cool? What would you prefer? Oh, you can't even see the game. It's not showing up for some reason. Game, where did you go? Oh, there we go! Or the overlay, where it's cool and has an overlay. Full screen? Never mind. Oh. Overlay? You want to see? Oh, okay. Well, you see your silly messages in the full screen too, but they're just, like, it's just smaller. Cool pro Poko? Yeah, that's true. I am professional. It covers up less text, which is what I was thinking. Alright. Alright, alright. I need to make a way to notify when I'm live on YouTube too. I was thinking about life today. I was thinking about the meaning of life and where I would like to be in it. It's pretty, you know, it's pretty whatever. I don't know, I became, like, I've been having weird dreams in the sense that I'm having sort of kind of depressing dreams. And I don't know why. I don't really have nightmares, but I've been having depressing dreams. And it is bothering me a little bit because it gets me a little down. So it's been making me think about life a little. Yeah. Yeah, it's alright. I will achieve great things. It's getting in deep emotions. Nah, these are regular emotions. These are regular emotions. I'm realizing now I would need to see... Oh, what up, Dumpy? Yeah, in time, I haven't even started yet. Took a big bar. I'm realizing I have to see the chat, so I kind of need to find a way to... Dude, I just need to get a second monitor. On God, I just need to get a second monitor. It would make my life so much easier. Someone invest in my second monitor, thank you. Someone pay for my second monitor. I don't know if I have any that I can use. Yeah, I wanna do more. I wanna do cool things with my life. I think everyone is like that, but I wanna do like... I don't wanna do like amazing things like change the world or anything, but there is some stuff that I would like to do, and I'm thinking, damn, I should invest. I would say I would, but I don't know how much they are nowadays. Probably, I can probably find one for like $50. I think the one I have right now is $100, and it's pretty big, so probably not too much. Yeah, sub to me and give me bits for my birthday, for Christmas. For Christmas so I can buy a monitor. And stream more and stream better. And then I can play Balatro on my second monitor. And no one can get mad at me. Okay. Okay. I better get started. I've just been sitting here on the overlay thing. I want to send you money. My investment to my investment broker. I don't know if that's even, I don't think that's the right description for it, but you know. Do. Damn, I just Sketchy's YouTube icon is also Cupido. That's so funny. Top of your throw money year? How am I doing today? Me? Wait, I'll change back to this thing. I'm doing okay. What up, Akti? I tried to set up multi-streaming today. I'm doing alright. I was talking about this literally right before you came, but lately I keep having sad dreams, and I don't know why, and it makes me a little bit sad. But I'm a pretty positive, or, well, I don't know, optimistic person, I guess, so it's not like it makes me super sad or something. Like, I'm not like depressed, I'm sitting there like, oh man, my life sucks. Temporary rebrand? Yeah, I'll sort you out, don't worry. I had a really sad one today? You had a sad dream? Damn. I didn't dream last night, so I'm good. Maybe I infected you. Do you all joyous dreams of pudding? Thank you. I'll work hard for it. It was awful? Yeah, I've been having pretty sad dreams. Maybe it's just the season. Maybe the change in weather is making us have sad dreams. Maybe it needs to be cold again. Rain, go away. Sun, go away. Sadfection? Yeah. But, yeah, it's pretty sad. Especially because I'm having sad dreams when I'm actually able to go to sleep, which is pretty rare. I don't know why I'm having such trouble with sleeping. But it's been a little bit better lately. Like the past few days, I guess. So maybe I'll get more into doing streaming and stuff like that more often. And now I'm multi-streaming and things like that. So we'll see how it goes. What up, Boyd? I was talking about sad dreams. I'm trying to let everyone know I'm sad. No. It was about me not being good enough or whatever. Yeah, that's kind of like what that's kind of what kind of dreams I'm having lately too. I've just like, there's so many things I wanted to do a couple years back and I have not done them yet, so. But that's okay, I'll keep working every day. I'm not really sad right now. But that's the kind of dreams I've been having. It's the kind of dreams I've been having lately. But I'm not really sad. Like, I wake up and I'm like, damn, I gotta get to work, and then I just, like, get on with my day, and I'm not sad anymore. The big dog won. So yeah, it's not too bad. Here, do you guys want to hear this ominous music? Let me know if it's too loud, actually. Is this ominous music too loud? Should I turn the game down? Dun 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 dun. I don't know if it'll be a problem. Bum. And she's just chilling for real. It's perfect? Okay, nice. It's not loud at all? Okay, good. I think I turned the voice acting down already. I'll check. I will be reading a lot, so I don't know how long the stream will be going for. We'll find out. We'll find out when I get like 4 hours in and my voice is completely gone and it doesn't work anymore because I was doing silly voices for everybody. So, you sound excited, you like the game? Yeah, I watched the really bad anime and now I wanted to play. Well, actually that was like 2 years ago and now I want to play it. Are you showing us your favorite stick? Yeah, pretty much. I like that you can tell when I'm excited about a game. Okay, so I really like, I think I'm just talking really loudly right now, Dumpy, to be honest. I might be talking quieter when I'm reading. I really like the denpa genre of stuff, like denpa genre of things, which is pretty much like it stands for like being like delusional games where it's like psychological horror because you're like what the hell is even going on. I really like it, and this is a very, very well-known big Denpa visual novel, so it's exciting. And once I do this, then I'll be more like open to doing other visual novels, like Ace Attorney and stuff, which less like I don't know. The thing that put me off Ace Attorney so much, because I do want to stream the game, but it's like so much reading and stuff. Denpa Genma style, yeah, that's right. Denpa Geo style. All right. Let me open up the game properly. I'm kind of bothered by the chat. I am bothered by the chat having new messages on the top and not on the bottom, so I might have to change that next time. But yeah, everyone said overlay, and by everyone I mean potato only, so we'll do it with the overlay. It's a little quiet now, but we'll see how it goes later on. Maybe I'll turn it up if it's too much, you know? Too much quiet. We'll see how it goes. Hydrate? So true. I will hydrate. Delicious. Alright. This is a Nitro Plus game. Everyone who knows Nitro Plus visual novels should know that they kind of on the wicked side, you know what I'm saying? Perfect Halloween game? Yeah, perfect Halloween game. And let me check. Voice settings. Okay, they're not muted, in fact. I think this... Okay. Just mute everybody. Mute absolutely everyone. Okay. Turn it up a little bit. There we go. Name tag? Oh yeah, turn that on too. Too spookly, gonna need someone to hold hands with? It's alright. I'll protect you. With my big, strong head. My fat head that takes up half the screen. I've heard this visual novel is really good. Yeah, me too. Well, I probably would like it more than, like, Steins Gate, personally, I think, because it's kind of crazy. Boom got you. Boom will let you hold more than hands. It's been 20 minutes I've been streaming and I haven't even started playing this. Okay. Okay. Wait, okay. Oh, yeah, I'll start now, boys. Reading. We're reading. I think there'll be the opening cutscene too, so we'll see. We'll see. It's a rating. It's quick saved. The gaze rains down from the sky. Oh, what do I enter? Oh no, it does what I'm saying. Those eyes are always watching me. The stare pierces through the thick, pitch-black rain clouds and pours down on me like rain. No, it's just yapping. Don't look at me. Can I make this go far? My body won't stop shivering. Not from the chill of the rain, but rather the ice-cold rubble pressing against my back. So terribly cold. The gaze pierces me from the heavens. Who it belongs to, I can't say. As if to escape it, I raise my head to look at the environment around me. Tokyo Jungle. Quickly play an ad, you're right. There, I see a ruined city. There I see despair. There I see death. There I see nothingness. Not a soul is there. Not a soul is moving. Not a soul is left alive. The only thing I can hear is the sound of the rain continuing to pour. At this rate, everything, both the living and the dead, will it all be gently embraced and washed away? How nice it would be if all of this was just a delusion, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I can't move my body. I can only move my eyes and neck, and even then, just barely. My body is shivering, but that's nothing more than a physiological phenomenon. This is like me after I get home from an 8-hour shift. This is like what it used to be like for me. I'd be so tired I couldn't even eat. It isn't happening by my own will. I don't want my body to tremble. I can't move it free. Okay, whatever. Or maybe I've never had free will ever since I was born. Nobody knows exactly where the soul resides. Bearing that in mind, how can anyone say that there is a soul inside this body of mine? But then where exactly am I now? Am I really here? Am I anywhere at all? In the shattered world where all stands still, where all that can be heard is the rain of death, suddenly another sound echoes through it. A single, solitary existence begins to emerge from the sea of nothingness. Who are you? Is your skin so pale because it's been numbed by the chill of the rain, or is it because you're already dead? Omae wa shinderu! And yet, the girl isn't shivering. Okay. to look at me. They look so terribly sad. They look as if they hold a hint of madness. They look as if they reflect nothing. If she and I were the only ones left in the world, if we stared into each other's eyes like this for all eternity, would my world be reduced to the reflection in her eyes? Would her world be reduced to the reflection in my eyes? The only thing reflected in her eyes is me. The only thing reflected in my eyes is her. When I think of it that way, the world immediately seems so much smaller. Hey. Is that her? Maybe? Suddenly a flash of static reaches my ears, one endlessly beautiful yet deeply discordant. She lowers her head, and spreads her arms wide, almost as if preparing to take off, to soar high above the rain clouds. Or as if trying to catch all the falling rain. Anime cutscene! Magical girl transformation! Just saying something about delusions. Oh sure, he's voice acting. From where I am on the ground, I can't see the expression on that lowered head of hers. Behind this thin veil of rain, just what kind of face are you making? Yeah, I'm that good at changing my voice. An angel? Are those dancing feathers of light blessing me? Or, I see. I finally understand. She's going to— oh my goodness! He's got more wrist than me! Oh wait, never mind. She's going to use that to kill me. The girl slowly kneels to the ground, right before my collapsed body. Oh, whoops. Did I accidentally skip that? I accidentally skipped that. I think she kissed him and then stabbed him, probably. My bad, guys. I already ruined the experience by accidentally skipping the start thing by pressing enter because I forgot that it was a cutscene and not dialogue. Oh, sick opening. Maybe I should turn it up a tiny bit. I'll turn it up a little tiny bit. There, it's 23 now instead of 20. So we can hear— will I get copyright written for having the opening in this? I'm like that dog gif right now. Or cat, whatever, bobbing its head. Okay, it's 26 now. Is that okay, Dumpy? Damn it, reset the game. Oh yeah, character— is this like spoilers? Does this spoil stuff that happens? Should I skip this? Nah, that's probably fine, right? Oh, I'm vibing so hard right now. It's good, it's good. Yeah, okay, I'll talk over it. I'll just keep yapping. Yeah, I love anime girls, yeah, woo! Wow, well, everyone's so happy, this is so cool! Wow, this must be a cool and epic and wholesome and cool series. Wow. It was the starting cover for the Tokyo Ghoul opening. This game is gonna be so joyous. Yeah, it's gonna be too joyous. It's gonna be so joyous you'll feel sick. Sick to your stomach. Eyes and eyes. Actually, something I will say before we start. The patch for this game comes in like a little installer thing. Don't worry, it's fine. Everybody trust the people that made the patch. They are known for making Steins Gate series patches, whatever it's called, Science Adventure series patches, and they're really good and stuff, so don't worry, it's fine. But for some reason, the installer came with music at the loudest possible volume. And like the page warns you about it. The page warns you about it, but I was not prepared for how loud it would be. It was like someone hit me with a car. It was so loud. It jump scared me more than anything else. Like, why would you need— you have the installer open for like 15 seconds. Why would you need music? Why do you need music in it? But you know what? I appreciate them for all their work, even though they jump scared me and like half my soul left my body. The devs hate you. The devs of the patch. Yeah. Okay, anyway. I will read now. I couldn't see the gaze. I just wanted to say it before I forgot. Because I thought it was funny and relevant to the first stream. I couldn't see it even though it was watching me. It was strange. For as long as I could remember, I sometimes felt like I was being watched by some mysterious gaze. But whenever I turned to look, there was never anyone there. Still, I was convinced that someone was watching me. I could tell by the chills that ran down my neck. Was I just being too self-conscious? Or did I just have a fear of being watched? Way back in elementary school, I'd thought of it differently. That gaze is God watching over me. And I genuinely believed it too. I'd even written an essay about it back then. Yeah, I had thoughts like that when I was in school too. Highlight my message. Fought. Very cool, thank you. In retrospect, I must have just had a bad case of Shunibu. But now it hurt just thinking about it. Shunibu is like you think you have special powers. Delusion. If anyone were to read it now, I'd probably shut myself away from society for the rest of my life. Yeah, that's normal. Cringe. Fuhihi. I could still remember the title of that essay. Whose eyes are those eyes? Oh my god! Now I had to do it? Oh, I see, I see. My chair groaned hoarsely as I leaned back. Don't look at me. I muttered that toward the gloomy ceiling, irritated. Naturally, there was no response. This was my room. I lived here alone. Aside from me, of course, there wasn't a single person here. I tried turning around. My room was dim and cluttered, with various belongings stacked all the way to the ceiling. Damn bro, you live like this? The only source of light in the room was the desk lamp near my PC. There weren't any windows, so the darkness should come as no surprise. And since you couldn't see outside, you couldn't even tell whether it was night or day. I started speaking into the dark corners of my room. My name is Nishijo Takumi. I'm 17 and I'm in my second year at Suomei Academy. Not like I really go to school much though. I love this like excuse to be able to talk about like self-introduce himself. He's like, yeah, I turned to the corner and started talking about myself. Like, what? Why? Why are you doing this? Well, that's just because I study from home. As long as I come in to take the tests, I can ace them all just fine. I'm pretty smart, you know. It wasn't like talking to myself would accomplish anything. It wasn't like anyone was going to show up out of nowhere. The darkness just kept on sitting there and being darkness. Still, darkness was delusion fuel. After all, the unseen might as well be the unknown. In the darkness, even if you knew it was impossible, you couldn't help but wonder if something might be there, lurking in the shadows. Damn it, this wasn't helping. I was only making my own creepy delusions worse. Why did I do this to myself? To get off the topic, I decided to keep monologuing. Sure, buddy. Right now, I'm deep in enemy territory. I'm living in Shibuya. Why does he live in a cargo container? I don't know. Maybe I'll explain it. I actually do not remember. This is the Kurenai Conference Hall. It's owned by my dad's property management company. But I'm just renting out a cheap shipping container on the roof. Okay, there you go. That's the explanation. I guess his parents didn't want him at home. The area around here really does suck, though. I'm in Shinsen, which means a lot of small hills. It's exhausting. And if that weren't bad enough, the Love Hotel district is right around the corner. If only I lived in Akiba instead. Now that'd be epic. Okay. Seriously though, Shibuya is such a horrible city. It's as shitty as Dennis Valley and ESO. Kamurocho! ESO was the name of an MMORPG that was basically my life. Why would you play a human male? That's so lame. Its full title was Empire Sweeper Online. I'd dive into base log, that's the world of ESO, pretty much every day at this point. Sacrificing sleep in the process, of course. Dennis Valley was a region in ESO that was full of annoying mobs. They hit super hard, and yet they couldn't even be bothered to drop any decent loot. Elder Scrolls Online! Holy sh! You're actually right! It actually is Elder Scrolls Online! ESO! You're right! Only idiots went there to grind. Every vet worth his shit would go to the Forest of Lyad instead. It was a much better place to grind, and it was right nearby. Why is it not progressing? Okay. Of course, that was where I went. Like I was saying, the city is full of DQNs and egotistical douchebags looking for an easy lay. I wish it'd just get demolished already. I don't know what a DQN is. Where's the index? How do I read the index? I want to know what a DQN is. Okay, my keyboard stopped working. What the hell happened? How did that happen? How did I achieve that? Okay, well, I'm gonna click with my mouse now because my keyboard is not broken. So long as I'm in the comfort of my own room, though, I don't need to put up with any of that. I have a top-of-the-line PC and super fast internet, and that's all I need. That's all any student could ever need, really. Oh, right. That's why I call this room my base. As always, there wasn't a single living creature in here except me. Dehumanizing what? Realizing how ridiculous I sounded talking to myself like this, I decided to stop introducing myself to whoever was watching me. Heh, still though, this room is a total mess. The whole room reeked of rot. I could feel the stagnating air crawling on my skin. Empty soda bottles and boxed lunches from the convenience store were scattered all over the floor. Also, my bed was covered in piles and piles of eroge. Thanks to that, I always slept on the couch instead. Seriously though, this place is a pigsty. Who the hell makes a mess like this? Oh, me! Very cool. Wow, you were so cool. That was such a cool smirk. That was very, very cool, bro. Very awesome and cool, Takui. Fed up with my own creepy laugh, I took out my frustration on a plastic bottle lying by my foot. Bro is not okay. The bottle ricocheted off the wall and flew straight toward my shelf of perfectly organized figures. With a shriek, I leapt out of my chair to catch it. I never let anyone lay a finger on any of my 100-ish waifus, daughters, and older sisters. These girls were my darlings. Just looking at them soothed my aching heart. I made sure to tidy up the shelf once a week. It was the only place in the room I ever cleaned. I was always looking for the best ways to display their cuteness. I would constantly rotate and reposition them, trying to create the ultimate layout. Naturally, if I let them get dusty, then the whole thing would be ruined, so I always made sure to clean them regularly. Breathing a sigh of relief, I tossed the bottle aside and turned back to my PC. I kept my beloved PC enshrined at the back of my room. It sounds like it's working overtime, bro. Next to my monitor was Seraton, 1/8 scale, pre-awakening version, a figure from my current favorite anime, Blood Cheer in the animation. She sat there striking a moe pose and smiling at me. Sierra, you're so cute, Sarah. Is it Sarah? It's pretty Sarah, right? Staring longingly into Seraton's eyes, I grabbed a nearby bottle of cola and took a sip. It was lukewarm, but I didn't care. Alright, let's get back to ESO. I sat back down and plopped my hands onto the keyboard, just assuming the position made me feel relaxed. My character in ESO, Neidhart, was a paladin. I'd already leveled him up to the max and reset twice. Right now, he was back to the max level, 50. That was the highest rank you could reach on official servers. ESO players far and wide knew me as Lightning Fast Neidhart. They treated me like a god. I already had all the rare weapons, armor, and magic. I still only had 95% of the total rare items, but whatever. It was still a work in progress. I had so much gold that I didn't even know what to do with it. Well, aside from RMT, real money trading, which I made a living off of. Even if I stopped grinding right now, I'd still have enough to keep living like this for half a year. Is the room either smells like shit or like wet? It probably smells like cum. Going home, boys? Let's go! Have a safe trip, Kenshi! Aside from just ESO stuff, I was particularly adept at chatting online. Okay? I was particularly adept at using my keyboard. It was the only source of social interaction I ever got after all. I gave advice on the huge anonymous forum, @channel. I posted in epic threads too, of course. Oh yeah, and I had over 100 friends on Free Para, a social network I used. Why do you know how cum smells? I'm just saying it probably smells like cum because he just said that his bed is covered in porn mags. Like what do you think? Respect, trust. I had it all right here. I didn't go to school. It wasn't so much that I didn't want to, and more that I had no reason to. I could study anything online. School's completely useless when you can get everything done from home. Well, I did need to attend every once in a while, or else I wouldn't earn enough credits to graduate. That was why I went to school as little as I possibly could. That was the smartest way for a student to live. My parents always nagged me about it, though. To make things easier, I had invented the minimum attendance chart. According to the chart, I only needed to attend 2 to 3 times a week. The other students would always make fun of me for being an otaku freak, but as far as I was concerned, they were the stupid ones for going to school every day. Maybe try thinking for yourself for once, dipshits. All in all, my life here really isn't all that bad. Wow, you sure showed them, Takumi. Oh, whoops. I'd been so busy thinking about the gays, I forgot I was in the middle of chatting with Grim. Grim was the handle of one of my ESO friends. You know, you were right. I hate this guy. Let's go. Let's freaking go. I talked to him all the time online, though I'd never met him IRL. He had a keen eye for useful information, so I could generally rely on him to keep me in the loop. I sat back down and started tapping out a response. You okay? You're not replying. You AAK or something? Yo, Nightheart? Might be. Nah, I didn't fall asleep. I just zoned out for a sec. Lol. Guess you must be really tired. Do you not get enough sleep? Or do you just stay up late doing the dirty with your GF? Lol. Up all night every night. Bro thinks he has a GF? What the hell does he portray himself online? Come on, you know I'm not into 3D, Ruffle! The two of us chatted about all sorts of things, and since it was all anonymous, I was comfortable with talking about pretty much anything. I never act like this IRL, obviously. Oh right, you like 2D, and by 2D you mean, heh, arrow gay? What is up with you and lewd shit? Lol. Me? You're the guy that has porny delusions all the time. You were just going on and on about girls in school swimsuits, remember? Lol. I was? I definitely don't remember that. Anyway. Anyway! If that's what we're talking about, then here's my take on it. School swimsuit plus glasses equals perfection. Oh shoot, yes or no? I don't know about perfection. No. Glasses? Who cares about those? I'm changing reality. The competition swimsuits are definitely better than regular school ones. I don't even know. I don't even know what the school swimsuits look like in Japan, like, thoroughly. And socks too? Who's wearing socks when they're swimming? No. The school swimsuit is a symbol of youth, something to remind us of those days that bring such bittersweet tears to our eyes. Really, a swimsuit is all I need. Everything else is unnecessary. Slow down, man. Lamau, you really like swimsuits, huh? As any man should, logically speaking. By the way, it's not really about how much skin is shown. Like, you know how a grill having her panties completely exposed is epic, but that the implication that she's going no pan is so much hotter? It's like that! Okay, sure, but I'd be happy either way, really. What? What sort of knave can't acknowledge the superiority of implications? I mean, not gonna lie, I just like him naked. Does that make me a knave? You stupid dumb fuck! You don't get moe at all! Well, your libido is deaf and full-throated today, but that's what makes you you, Nightheart, lol. That's why we love you, but we def don't admire you, lol. This guy, I would never hang out with this guy on the internet. What is he talking about? Like, why does he have 100 friends? Who would want to hang out with this guy? Who would want to talk to him? Wait, go back. What do you mean that's what makes you you? I mean, yeah, I guess I went a bit crazy there. But I'm still trying to maintain a cool image for myself here. You're cool? He sounds, you know what? He reminds me of Yandev. He sounds like Yandev. He literally sounds like Yandev. What are you laughing at? Anyway, what were we talking about before I went AFK? It's probably just something to do with ESO. Did you seriously forget? There was an incident IRL recently. An incident IRL? I remembered something like that, but what was it? This is the same guy that said Persona makes him better at talking with teenagers when he's like 34. Literally. Yes, literally. Shogun has joined the room. Current uses 3. Greetings, Lord Shogun. Sup? No response. Oh, I introduced myself, but there was no reply from the username Shogun. What was up with that? Was he ignoring me? And I was being so friendly to him, too. Yeah, I said sup. 3-letter introduction. I was being so friendly to him. Why was he ignoring me? The audacity of this guy. Did he know who he was talking to? I'll have you know, I'm the lightning fast Nightheart. Lurking wasn't even allowed here. Well, whatever. Might as well just ignore him. I guess that was another great thing about the internet. There was no need to worry about pointless etiquette. Anyway, what were you saying, Grim? I was talking about those cases that have been all over the news lately. Like I'd know what's happening IRL. Probably something stupid, right? Pretty much, yeah. It's real shocking, though. Shocking? Must have been some real grisly murder, then. There've been a few here and there recently. Lurking isn't allowed? Apparently not in this chat box. I know, right? He let him get... He said sup, it gave him like 3 seconds and was like... Doesn't he know who I am? My goodness, I am the lightning fast Nightheart. He should honor me and get on his knees and grovel beneath me. He dare take 14 seconds to reply. You're not gonna send me gore again, are you? What, can't handle a little gore, Nightheart? Lol. I mean, there's nothing I can't handle. Still, I really didn't want to see it. Lately, though, it hadn't been easy to avoid that kind of stuff. People were always trying to trick others into clicking on nasty stuff, like gore or some kind of creepy edit, and once you fell for it, you couldn't unsee it. Judge right now? Probably, yeah. Well, I think I'm used to it by now, sorta. Plot twist, Sham is actually my neighbor, and he hears me yelling at the top of my lungs every single day, making funny voices. And they call you the greatest paladin in all of base lord, lol. I don't PK though. PK stands for player kill. In other words, that's when you go around in MMOs killing randos and stealing their golden gear. So, typical DQN stuff. I'm no troll, and I don't stoop to their level either. And just in general, I try to avoid breaking ESO's rules. It goes against my policy. Well, except for the rules that prohibit RMT. I broke those all the time. Fuhihi. Wow, calm your tits there, almighty hero, Lamau. So I'm sure you've heard of New Gen, right? Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online! New Gen? What was that? Had he ever mentioned it before? Grim was talking like I should have already known about it. Pleb? Oh, okay, thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Oh, now so pretty much like normie? Oh, just pleb, I guess, yeah. Aggressive driver! Oh, now that he'd mentioned it. Wait, I remember, yeah, because like the ZQN thing, right? It means like a dum-dum. How do you know they're a streamer? And now that he mentioned it, I did feel like I heard about it somewhere. Yeah, it has like, this game has like an index thing to explain slang, but I don't know how to open it, so. Otherwise I would have looked at that too. All I knew was that they existed. I hadn't looked into them at all. Wait. The New Generation Madness. People call it New Gen Online. It's the name for the mysterious set of incidents happening in Shibuya. It's all up in your neighborhood, lol. Google in this universe is called Deloodle? That is so freaking funny. I tried googling New Gen and instantly got a few results. You mean deloodling? Madness explodes in today's youth. Let's see here. Looks like New Gen is the name for 2 incidents in Shibuya that happened in the past month. Including a fetus, there have been 7 victims. The first incident was the group dive, where 5 friends jumped off a skyscraper. And in the second one, a fetus was found inside a man's body. Whoa, are you serious? A chill ran down my spine. I think it's called Bink. Before I'd even realized it, I turned around and was looking at my room again. Looking around my room again, whoops. Society. There were a bunch of results for New Gen on Taboo News, so I went to skim through them. She matches freaks start making weird noises too. Fit. New Generation Madness, the incident set an entire internet in uproar. Yeah, there'd been 2 of them so far. Nippon as well. One of them was so brutal, several TV channels didn't even describe the crime out loud. The first incident, the group dive, had been initially thought to be a suicide, but rumors had since risen that it may not have been. Parents and friends of the 5 victims all said the same thing. None of the victims had shown any signs of planning to commit suicide, and they hadn't had any reason to do so either. And on top of that, some physical evidence had been found too. Okay. Had a quick look. Well, like something out of a creepypasta, right? Creepypasta mission! You shit yourself yet? Not really. I don't care, to be honest. Grim here. Wait, it says, here, take a look at this, lol. What is it? A picture of one of the victims' corpses. Bro sending gore. He's getting a kick out of this. He did stuff like this from time to time. But if I wanted to keep up my reputation as the great nightheart of Baselard, I couldn't let it faze me. Unlike in the real world, I was a god in the world of ESO, and was the strongest, wisest, and most noble knight in all the land. Mocking me would be a fool's errand. And so, gathering up whatever courage I had, I clicked the link. Me, when I look at gore links to prove that I'm a Giga Chad in Elder Scrolls Online. Damn, that's crazy, dude. Oh, it was just some shitty doodle. Anyone else get Portland too? Lamau, I got baited. Who did this? Ha ha ha. Oh, I drew it in like 2 minutes. Damn, the god of art finally shows himself to us mortals. Ruffle. Anyway, not gonna lie, I'm dead tired, so I think I'm gonna go pass out. Good night. See you tomorrow in Baselard. Come to think of it, that Shogun guy had been here the whole time. I'd completely forgotten about him. Not that I cared, though. Unfortunately, no one asked Void about Borderlands 2. I don't know, I ask sometimes. Well, I don't really feel like sleeping yet, so I guess I'll farm an ESO for a bit. Wait, no! The new episode of Blood Tune comes out today! I didn't have a TV in my room, so I just made do with my PC. 15 minutes to go. Might as well go to the bathroom while I wait. Where do you piss here? Where do you piss in a container? I took a quick look at Sarah next to my monitor. I would get to see Sarah-tan today. I couldn't wait! With that on my mind, I made my way over to close the chat window. Okay. Oh, you want to know about Borderlands 2? And I'll be like, I didn't say anything! Yeah. Huh? Shogun had sent a message. Maybe one day I'll stream Borderlands 2 fresh, so Void can indoctrinate me. What the? He actually posted. So he wasn't just a lurker? Judging by the file extension, it looked like an image link. A Sun link, posted by a suspicious stranger that hadn't sent a single message until now. I gulped instinctively. He's like, titties! I couldn't explain why, but I had a bad feeling about it. A feeling unlike anything I had ever felt in all my time on the internet. I really didn't want to click it. I clicked my tongue and glanced at the clock. My rendezvous with Sarah-tan was in 12 minutes. I should probably get this conversation over with quickly. Lol? What kind of bait and switch is this, Lamau? Oh, shoot, he's speaking in, like, what is it, German? Whoa, what's with the German, lol? I was trying my best to act calm and casual. To be honest, I really didn't want to chat with a shady guy like this. I was so uncomfortable that I could feel a cold sweat forming. He was saying something like, the world changes if you click it? Seriously, what was his deal? And if the guy only spoke German, I definitely wouldn't be able to deal with him. Sorry for startling you. Huh, so he could actually speak normally. I relaxed a little bit. Why would you relax if he's speaking German and sending mysterious links and then starting to talk normal? I'd be like, this guy's a troll. And I would stop talking to him. Don't worry, you're fine. Any reason for lurking? Did someone give you the, you need to lurk for 6 months before posting spiel? I was thinking. By the way, where are you chatting from? For some reason, there was a short pause. Shibuya. All at once, images of this gruesome new-gen incident, flashed through my head. Even though I hadn't actually seen any photos, I could picture them so vividly that it was almost like I'd been there myself. The man's torn-up stomach, the lifeless fetus shoved inside. The 5 people that dove off the building, instantly turning into a pulpy, inhuman puddle upon hitting the ground. Just thinking about it was almost enough to make me puke. I just followed Poko because she doesn't like me leading the pack. I don't mind you leading, but when we play Borderlands, I feel like I'm not doing anything. Like, I just exist. I just get, like, I get told what weapons are good, I get told what to take and stuff, and I feel like I'm just walking around pressing my mouse button to shoot. I shook my head violently, as if to shake the gruesome delusion out of my head. The Shogun guy was so suspicious. I couldn't stop the paranoid delusions from forming. What was he trying to drag me into? Bro's just talking to you, dude. What do you mean? Same here. High five. Looks like a lot of weird incidents have been happening lately, huh? More are coming. Shibuya's so scary! What? Okay. What's that? Was this Shogun guy some kind of Denpa nutjob? I'd never seen that formula before in my life. And when you're as smart as me, that was saying something. I tried looking it up. In this day and age, there was all sorts of information on the internet, so it'd be easy to find. Huh. I'm not getting any results. Was he trying to act smart by typing some nonsense formula? Fuck if I knew. That formula has killed this world's possibilities. What are you trying to say? And what was the link from earlier? Should I just take the bait already, lol? I thought it might interest you. Oh, he's spamming. Bro's spamming now. 7 million different versions of the same picture, probably. All of a sudden, the chat was flooded with links. Just who was this guy? Was he just trying to scam me for shits and giggles? Maybe he was a friend of Gribb's and they teamed up to mess with me. ... Feeling the gaze again, I took a look around the room. But surprise, surprise, all that was behind me was darkness and clutter, as per usual. Collaborators? What's that? I was hit with an unnatural sense of dread. He probably has a macro, bro. The feeling of perpetually being watched left me feeling restless. Why is there just a pile of Doritos on the table? I just noticed that. Don't look at me. And upon saying that, I realized that my voice was trembling. It was almost like the clutter room I knew so well had transformed into someplace completely foreign. If you've ever had to go to the bathroom at night after watching a horror movie or listening to a ghost story or something. Oh, good night, Octi! Sleep well! Sleep well, sleep well! Thanks for the bits. Wait, what was the noise I made last time? Your room looks worse than this. Don't lie to us. I don't have loose Doritos on the table though. Like I have some semblance of like self-control. Oh. Oh, I see. Maybe, I don't know. I don't usually play extraction shooters though, so I'm not sure. What up, Boom Boom? Welcome! Welcome in the YouTube chat. You may know the feeling of being unnerved or even terrified by the dark hallways of your own home. That was close to how I felt right now. Giving it a ladoodle? Oh yeah, deloodle? Yeah, I'll give it a deloodle. Silly slips. That was the sound that I make whenever people give me bits now. Void jumpers? Damn it, you think the shitty bait's gonna phase me? In spite of my shuddering, I faced the monitor. Leaned in and, before I knew it, with the slightest twitch of my index finger, I'd clicked one of the links. What do you mean? You have full control over your hands. What are you freaking talking about? No way! Duh! I really had no clue how it had happened. It wasn't like my hand had been possessed by some unnatural force or something. I just sort of done it without thinking. But even though I knew full well that it would be a mistake, I clicked it as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Ugh, what is this? Jump space? Tell it to the judge! Yeah, for real! The image that filled my monitor, it could have been like CP or something. The image that filled my monitor looks like some kind of modern art piece. An arrangement of spikes like the quills of a hedgehog or pins in a pincushion, protruded from the wall in the shape of a cross. Below it, a puddle of dark red. And in front of it were small pieces of something, scattered across the ground like garbage. Seriously, what even was this? The work of some pretentious avant-garde artist? Those sorts of idiots were all over the place. They'd make gory stuff like this, then spout some bullshit like, it depicts the latent chaos of oft laid bare in this cruel world. No way in hell I'd ever consider that shit art. Still, what a weird image. It hadn't explicitly been gore, but it was definitely borderline. So then why? Why had it seemed so graphic? Why had it seemed so realistic? Why was I imagining the stench of blood? And why was that stench so strong that it nearly made me choke? It was all in my head, so why did I feel sick to my stomach? I felt a sharp throbbing pain on my forehead. The nausea wouldn't go away. Gah! I desperately reached for my mouse, but my trembling hand knocked it off the desk, leaving it dangling above the floor by its cord. I reeled it back up to the mouse pad and then finally closed the image. But just as I thought it was finally over, my eyes were struck by... Whose eyes are those eyes? Holy shit, that guy read my essay! From 4th grade! I glanced at the minimum attendance shot. Blue Eyes White Dragon, yeah! In the end, I hadn't managed to catch the New Blood Tune episode live. No big deal, though. Someone had upped it to MewTube, there we go, after the fact, so I'd been able to just watch it there. I still didn't feel any better, though. Those last words Shogun had left behind. It was almost as if he knew about God's gaze, and how much it terrified me. It was way too specific for it to just be a coincidence. Maybe someone had leaked some info about me online. Maybe it was another ESO player with a grudge against Nightheart or something. Prodigies like me got a lot of love, so naturally, they also got a lot of hate. Well, most haters out there were just jealous. You wouldn't see them around much, but every once in a while some child would try to start shit because he was jealous of Nightheart's strength and popularity. They weren't worth anyone's time. But we've gone off topic now. Anyway, yeah, that Shogun guy really got to me. Earlier I tried logging onto ESO to grind for a little while, but I just couldn't concentrate. And to make matters worse, of all the days for this to happen. Maybe if I was an ESO player that only hung around in Riften talking in proximity chat all day. It just had to be a shitty day like this. Why? What happened? What's going on? On top of everything else that had happened, I also had to go to school today. I seriously didn't want to go, but if I didn't follow the minimum attendance chart to a T, my calculations would get completely thrown off. Worst case scenario, I'd even have to repeat the year. I can't wait for him to be like talking all this shit about how he's so smart and he doesn't even have to go to school and then his grades are probably like failing and he's just like, that's the most delusional aspect of him. I didn't even know that game had voice chat, that's so funny. But I'm so tired. I stifled a yawn and started trudging off towards school, a trip that was about 10 minutes from my base on foot. Imagine calling your freaking house a base. Not even a house, he lives in a shipping container. As soon as I started walking, my mood sank even lower. My body grew heavy and I found it strangely hard to breathe, causing me to break into an uncomfortable sweat. This was what always happened on school days. Going to school was pure suffering. Why did I have to go through this? Grumbling to myself with my eyes fixed on the pavement, I kept on walking. I turned to enter Shoto Park. The school was just past it. Over by the lake, an elderly couple was taking their morning stroll. Nearby, a businessman sat on a bench, reading the sports section of the newspaper. For a park on the outskirts of a busy, bustling city like Shibuya, it was surprisingly calm. Definitely a great place to relax. I took a seat on another bench nearby. Before heading into school in the morning, I always came here to eat breakfast. There was this one dude telling people to get off his porch, and there was another guy doing freestyle raps. Other people were arguing about politics. Dude, I would be the freestyle raps guy. I can't freestyle rap, but I would learn it just for that. I should learn how to freestyle rap. Sounds awesome. Poko raps. I gazed out toward the peaceful pond, the water surrounded by trees with off-color leaves, the hues slowly changing as autumn rolled in. As per usual, today's menu was just the ice cream bun. Was just a cream bun, not ice cream bun. Cream bun that I'd picked up from the convenience store on the way here. It'd be enough to tide me over until later tonight. I always skipped lunch. Nobody wanted to eat lunch with an otaku freak like me, and there was no way in hell I'd eat alone when surrounded by people eating and chatting together. After washing down my breakfast with some cola, I began staring up at the sky absent-mindedly. No matter the season, the sky above Shibuya was always pretty bleak. My parents only lived a few train stations away, but there was still a clear difference between here and there. Don't get me wrong, I didn't especially mind the bleak sky, but I also couldn't really explain why. I glanced at my watch to check the time. I needed to get going or I'd be late. I had to avoid that outcome at all costs. I only came to school 2 to 3 times a week, so I had to keep a low profile. To make it through school, I had to blend in, to become invisible like the air. The ideal school day was one where nothing happened, one where I didn't have to deal with any of my teachers or DQN classmates. That was the ultimate goal I shot for, and it would continue until the day I'd die. Wait, until the day I'd finally graduate. Die? Where did I pull that word out of? I guess I'm just used to that phrase. This was Sueme Private Academy, the school I went to. Isn't this the name of the school Himeru from N-Styles went to? I actually don't know if that's true. Apparently, it had only been built around 10 years ago, so it didn't exactly have a rich history or anything like that. Had to become invisible like Akashi. He's playing way too much ESO, man. Suisei, yeah. Suisei Hololive. Apparently, oh yeah, since it still looked brand new, it made a pretty good setting for high school TV shows. On top of that, the school uniforms had apparently been designed by some famous designer. A ton of shallow-ass girls enrolled just so they could wear it. What the hell? That's so weird. Why would you enroll to a school just to wear a uniform? That's so weird. Poko being edgy again? Look, man, it's in my DNA. And while they called it a prep school, most students here didn't score much higher than the national average. Even more ironic, though, was that the school's slogan was, "Here you'll be free," and yet the school rules were actually really strict. Then again, they never actually bothered enforcing those rules, so I guess the slogan wasn't really wrong in the end. I mean, I barely ever showed up, and I passed my classes just fine. If you could get away with that, you could probably get away with anything. As I closed in on the school, I could hear the other students more and more clearly. I wasn't good at dealing with crowds, so I just kept my head low as I slipped through the gate. Surely you don't have to enroll to wear the uniform. You could probably just buy it from someone. Nobody talked to me. Nobody talked to me. I repeated those words in my head like a mantra. My younger sister also attended the school, though she still lived with my parents. Run into her, and any perfectly fine day could turn into a nightmare. Luckily, of course, the necessary younger sister character that's always in every visual novel. Luckily, I hadn't run into her this time. I made it to class safe and sound. Darcy had a sister! I rushed over to my seat, being extra careful not to make eye contact with anyone. I could feel a nearby group of girls shoot a glance at me, but thankfully they went right back to chatting afterward. Though they all thought I was a freak, I was sure of it. This changes everything? What does it change exactly? Well, from my point of view, you 3D sluts are the real freaks here. If you think I'm a freak, then don't look at me. Just pretend like I'm not here. Don't acknowledge me at all. If you all just do that, then I won't bother you either, and I can go about my day in peace. This guy really thinks he's the main character, doesn't he? That's why it always confuses me when I see DQNs calling people freaks. I just don't get it. If you think they're such a freak, then why even bother talking to them? Just stay in your corner, and they'll stay in theirs. Regardless, I was just sitting there, looking down at my desk when... But you so too. This guy probably smells like a sewer river full of radioactive sludge. Yeah, probably. Yo, Taku! Someone suddenly clapped me on the back. Startled, I turned to look behind me. Holy, there's male characters in this game? Oh, this guy looks fancy. I didn't know you were coming in today. Oh, Misumi-kun. It was Misumi Daisuke, one of my classmates. He shot me a friendly smile from beside my desk. The guy was pretty handsome, so all the girls were into him. But he was also into them, and dated them. A lot of them. Usually multiple at a time. If you ask me, he was balls deep into DQN territory. If it were up to me, I'd stay clear of him, but... You're looking as grim as ever. You stay up all night playing games again? Why does this guy want to be his friends? Dude, you got like an in to be a normal guy, and you're choosing to be a little weirdo that sits in the corner? Alright. Not really. He was the only person in the class who was comfortable talking to me. Though we had absolutely nothing in common, so I had no idea why you bothered. I'd been suspicious about it ever since the school year began. If I were a girl, I could probably maybe understand, but since I was a guy, it made no sense to me. Maybe he wants to get with your sister. I know it's hard since you're a shut at it all, but you should really try to speak up. I would if I could. He's a redditor, what else do you expect? Yeah, probably. Whoa! Whoa, shit, whoa. Just the act of talking to another 3D human being was painful. Anxiety made it hard for me to speak naturally. My lack of experience made it hard for me to articulate things. And I was always afraid of being teased for saying something weird. That was why I always shrunk back. Oh, the truth comes out! The truth comes out! You're socially awkward and you can't interact with people. You're not the main character and cooler than everybody else. You guys need to chill. You guys need to chill about the colonoscopy talk, okay? Chill, chill. You have no idea how much pain I'm going through, so please don't talk like you know me. Also, I'm not a goddamn shut-in. Real shut-ins stay in their rooms 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I'm not like that. I mean, I can understand feeling nervous around chicks, but if you keep stuttering like that around me, people might start thinking we're gay. Huh? Wait, was he just dating girls as a cover? Had he been into guys all along? That's exactly what you guys were saying! I tried to back away from him, nearly falling out of my chair in the process, but I quickly grabbed onto my desk to catch myself. The hell are you doing, dude? Misumi-kun, are you gay? He was a yaoi all along, yep. What? No way in hell! Did you forget all the chicks I've landed? Right. Phew, that was terrifying. His heart's a normal, like, so true. Speaking of landing chicks, Misumi-kun took a quick look around, then lowered his voice and grinned from ear to ear. I just bagged my third girl from this class. Wanna know who? Not really, no. What? You can at least pretend to care. It was Tanaka, man. Tanaka? Who's Tanaka? Do you seriously not know the names of our classmates by now? It's nearly October, dude. Well, you say you're not into 3D girls, so I guess it makes sense. Visibly frustrated, he shrugged his shoulders and let out a sigh. Does this guy hang out with him because he knows that this guy who like stays at home most of the time probably spends 95% of his life zerking it? Is that why he's talking with him? He's like, oh yeah, he gets me. He also is like an uncontrollable horn dog. He's probably zerking it to anime titties all day, every day, all night. I bagged a girl, that's right, I bagged Chris. Chris, man! One sec, let me drink my water. Me and Lewis went out for lasagna yesterday. He bagged Chris-chan kawaii desu ne. Yeah. Well, interestingly enough, he never insulted my taste in girls, which was, to put it simply, that they had to be from the second dimension. Sorry. But he never called me a freak for that. He just didn't bother with the things that didn't interest him. That was what made me think he may not have been all that bad. That was also probably the reason why I didn't mind talking to him. Anyway, I've pretty much scored on every cute girl in this class by now. I think it's about time I started heading next door. Okay, maybe he was pretty bad. If a girl overheard some of the shit he said, she'd be horrified. He probably has like 7 STDs. There's a real hot one in Class D, but it doesn't look like she comes to school much. Ain't got much in the chest though. Now that I think about it though, aren't you into flat girls anyway? Are you talking about 2D? It's not... whatever. Whatever! Gotta catch them all, for real. Alright. New topic. Gotta harass them all. Have you heard about New Gen? I hadn't expected to hear those words come out of his mouth. And here I thought he was only capable of thinking about girls. I couldn't even picture him watching the news or reading the newspaper. There's been some rumors that the group dive wasn't actually a suicide. Oh? Yeah. That's what Sports Tokyo said. What? So why is it giving me a index note for source? I know what source means. What, so his source was Sports Tokyo? That kinda erased any and all credibility. Well, Sports Tokyo said it, that's gotta be true. Why is Sports Tokyo talking about murders? Still, I'd already known about that rumor. Not that I cared. Okay, now listen closely. This is the good part. An eyewitness said that the killer's a chick, and a real hottie at that, too. A chick? Watching Mizumi-kun get so excited, it finally hit me. Why did he suddenly care enough to read Sports Tokyo? Same reason he cared about anything else. Something to do with girls. What a twist. This is the plot of Lost Judgment, is it? I guess Mizumi-kun would even go after serial killers as long as they were cute. I mean, if it were me, I'd take a cute 2D serial killer, but... Mizumi-kun stared longingly at the blue sky outside the window. Then, for some reason, his face suddenly lit up as if he'd reached enlightenment itself. Really, though, I wonder what kind of person the murderer is. Is she really a cutie? If she is, then I really want to meet her. Yeah, this dude definitely thought exclusively with the wrong head. Maybe his sister is the PCY? Okay, you're getting freaky right now. You're getting a little freaky. I know she wouldn't kill me. I mean, look at me. I've got the looks. The chicks dig me. No matter how many people she's killed, she'd definitely fall in love with a nice guy like me. Wow, these guys are like 2 peas in a pod. And that's why she wouldn't kill you? This guy was so delusional that he gave me a run for my money. I explode. I never watched SAO, so I got no clue, dude. The fact that he was able to say, oh wait, I remember now, I know what you're talking about. The fact that he was able to say all that without even a hint of irony was honestly pretty gross. I don't really care. The hell do you mean you don't really care? You know, the killer is somewhere in this city, right? It might even be someone you've met before. Japan freaky like that? Yeah, I guess that's true. Dude, I can see why he doesn't go to school if he has to talk to this guy. Jeez Louise. Yeah, well, for all I know, you could be the murderer. Okay, probably not, but it was entirely possible that the killer could be one of the students at this very school. Really? Is it? If that turned out to be true, maybe I'd use my PTSD as an excuse to come in less often without hurting my attendance. PTSD? So, want to check out the crime scene with me? It's close enough to walk to from here. I hear they haven't even finished cleaning up the blood yet. I love how the school emblem looks like a weed. Yeah, it does. It actually does. You're so right. It's very fitting for all these kids that attend in our freaky deaky. I had absolutely zero interest in doing that. Or don't attend, I guess, like the main character. I just wanted to get through school in peace, go home, greet Serotan, and get back to being worshipped like a god in base lord. Maybe the killer is the main guy after not cranking it for 2 hours? Yeah, he doesn't- his cock lays untouched for like half an hour, and then he starts blacking out, and then he wakes up in like a field, blood on his hands and stuff. Come on, even Kobashi and Hasegawa have gone to see it. I really don't want to. Oh, positive and negative. My keys are broken, so... Oh, I can use my mouse. I felt bad about turning Mizumi-kun down since he seemed so excited about it, but I really did not want to go. But even though I was trying my hardest to refuse, he just wasn't listening. Maybe we'll even see the murderer. They say the criminal always returns to the scene of the crime, right? Heh, maybe she'd pick you as her next victim. To atone for your sins, you must die. You know, that kind of thing. As for your sins, though, being a shut-in. Okay, do I want... What? Oh, I didn't have any delusions. Oh, I didn't know I could skip it. Okay, well, no delusions, boys. We missed our first delusion. A shut-in? I'm not... Taking some offense at Mizumi-kun's choice of words, I almost snapped back at him. Can I just, like, not choose any delusions? Why did he feel bad when this guy's so trash? I don't freaking know, dude. Birds of a feather. But I quickly decided against it when I considered the possibility that he might get upset at me. So I just bit my lip and turned away, and when I did, I noticed that there was something written on the blackboard. At first, I didn't really care enough to read what was written there. My mind only registered the fact that something was written there, and not what it was. Bro says he's acing school, he doesn't even freaking know how to read. Damn. But the longer I gazed at it, the more I realized something was wrong. Huh? Before I knew it, I was out of my chair. Move for a sec. Ow! What was that for? Whose eyes are those eyes? I pushed Mizumi-kun aside and rushed over to the blackboard. The instant I realized what it said, I felt my heart stop. Why read when weed? That's probably why you can't read right now. Whose eyes are those eyes? Those are the words I said to myself whenever I felt God's gaze. I never said them out loud before. I hadn't told anyone about them either. Not even Mizumi-kun. Void, have you never seen a blackboard in your life? It didn't matter how often I used it. Actually, yeah, you're right. No, you're right. This is a chalkboard. This is a chalkboard. You're right. Never mind. I take back my insult towards you. This is a chalkboard, not a blackboard. It didn't matter how often I used it. There was no way anyone in this class could know about that phrase. So who? Why? How? I quickly turned around and scanned the room. The only person paying any attention to me was Mizumi-kun. The rest were talking to their friends, reading manga, despite manga being against the rules, while sleeping on their desks. Then who? Who had written it? And when? A green board! Oh no, green board! Had it been there the whole time? Since before I'd even entered the classroom? I couldn't remember. It wasn't like I ever paid any attention to the blackboard anyway. Come on. Oh, sorry, it's a fancy boy. Come on, what's the matter? Mizumi-kun walked up to me, grabbed my shoulder, and gave me a good shake. Are you even listening? Hello, Taku. It didn't matter who'd written it. It had to be a coincidence. It must have just been a common phrase or something. Didn't you just say you'd never heard it before this moment? It was just a stupid, pointless scribble. Yeah, that had to be it. Nah, his name is Takumi, so he's calling him Taku, like in a cute way. I tried to convince myself of that, but it was still freaking me out. I still had no clue who'd written it. I'd have to ask everyone in the class to figure that out, and I didn't have anywhere near that kind of courage. Immediately after I thought about thought that, homeroom began and my teacher came in the room. His eyes immediately zeroed in on the words written on the board, and with a quick, "Come on, who wrote this?" he grabbed the eraser and wiped them all away. Okay, interesting. Oh, school's over! For some reason, I was still a little creeped out, but I tried to just carry on like always. If I let myself get any more scared, I'd probably start thinking that someone's deliberately targeting me. But that was ridiculous. It was just a coincidence. In the end, yeah, isn't it? It's still a chalk eraser, right? In the end, I had to keep telling myself that until school was over, and when it finally was, I headed toward my usual internet cafe. Shibuya roll call. For an indoor person like me, at cafe was the only hangout spot I enjoyed. It's literally called at cat. Okay. Why doesn't he just go home? Why is he? Okay. Why does he go to an internet cafe after school? Why don't you just go home? He's doing more socializing than I thought he did. Being at the center of Shibuya and all, there were plenty of 3D DQN women and office students occupying it, but since the rooms were all private, that wasn't an issue. He went to a British pub? That's kinda dope. As for the room I was in, it was the one I always reserved. Room 37. It would have been so funny if it was 67. Located way in the back. It was pretty inconvenient to get refills, but since very few people ever reserve rooms near the back, it was nice and quiet. That sounds awesome. I love when in Japan they have things themed after like Western stuff. It's pretty cool and wholesome. Don't report my stream! Wait, why are you reporting my stream? Because the sick. No! Once or twice a week, I'd come here on my way home from school to log onto my other ESO account. I just thought it would be funny. Nighthawk was essentially a celebrity, so this was my way to just relax and enjoy the game. Why do you not have your Smurf on at home either? Well, I did love being treated like a hero all the time. It sure did take its toll. That was why I'd made another avatar. This one was a female character named Lizalot. Okay, interesting names. I hadn't accomplished anything big with her. I'd mainly just made her to help Nightheart look even better by comparison. I played for about 3 hours to blow off some steam. I then had some fun messing around with my guildmates while talking about hardcore dojins and other random shit. It is friendly fire, you're right. By the time I'd left the cafe, it was already around 9 p.m., but my accent isn't even that strong. There were even more DQNs around at this time of night. They'd line the streets like they owned the place, stuffing their faces with greasy-ass hamburgers as they let out the most disgusting laughter imaginable. Just looking at them made me want to puke. And what was especially bad, yeah, you're right, vanilla dojins is peak. If you just so much as looked at them the wrong way, they'd immediately come and beat the shit out of you. Fucking savages. They weren't human. They were animals. Not fit for civilized society. Just throw them in a slaughterhouse or something. Seriously. Well, I say that, but there was no way I could hope to ever stand up to them myself. So there was no point in trying. Regardless, it was time to get the hell out of Sentai. Yeah, for real. Yakuza. Everyone is Yakuza. Bro is a Yakuza side story, that's crazy. On my way back from At Cafe, I always dropped by Manga Dorake, which was pretty close by, or Animate, which is a bit further off. Okay, so that's Mandarake and that's Animate. So you know if you actually care. I decided to check out Animate today, so I headed towards the station's south exit. Down that path there was an instant drop in the number of DQNs. Man, Sentai was complete and utter chaos. Just walking through it brought me nothing but pain and suffering. I'd never set foot there again if I could help it. I wish the whole place would just get blown to smithereens. Except At Cafe and Mandarake, of course. Alright then, time to go browsing for some comics, dojins, or whatever else catches my eyes. Oh yeah, that's right. The Blood Tune Volume 5 DVD was coming out soon. Was it available for pre-order yet? If so, I definitely needed to get one nailed down. Before I knew it, I found myself in an alleyway in Maruyamacho, the same alley I always took back home from Animate. I blinked a couple times to make sure I wasn't just seeing things. I took a look inside my bag, nothing inside but the usual. Some textbooks and a handheld game system. I hadn't bought anything from Animate today. Strange. Normally I'd never leave Animate empty-handed. Oh, he lost time. Well, whatever. I let out a sigh and continued walking. Shouldn't take me more than 15 minutes to reach my base from here. It was only a short walk from the station, yet the dazzling neon lights and thick crowds had all but vanished. There were the occasional passers-by, usually older couples heading to love hotels, or random businessmen heading home, but aside from that, the place was deserted. Hard to believe this was still Shibuya, home of the bustling, DQN-infested Sentai. Somehow, it was already nighttime, and if that weren't enough, it was especially cloudy tonight, making it even darker than usual since the moonlight couldn't shine through. Why are you saying blap blap blap? Here we go again. I walked down this dirty alley more times than I could count. Because of love hotels? Okay, actually, yeah, that makes sense. Fair enough. Carry on. But for some reason, walking through it today, I couldn't help but feel as if I'd stepped into another world. The alley was the same as ever, but it felt like it was my first time I'd ever set foot in it. What's more, the stench of rotting garbage was lingering in the air. The moisture in the atmosphere was so thick that, if I hadn't known any better, I'd have assumed that it had just been raining. The air was like syrup on my skin. He should go to Kabukicho for no reason whatsoever, like no reason. He would get his ass beat, and he would deserve it. Wait, hold on. Why did I say again? Has this happened before? Hadn't I felt this sense of Chimaeus Vu? What does that mean? Fuck. Was I getting my delusions mixed up with reality or something? That sounded like the kind of nonsense some expert psychiatrist would say on one of those TV talk shows. Well, whatever. The point was, right at the moment, I was feeling a strange sense of Chimaeus Vu. But, on top of that, I could feel a prickling sensation on the nape of my neck. A sensation I knew very well. The feeling of being watched from the heavens. Can I, like, how do I... Oh, right, my keyboard's not working. And I could say for sure that it was no delusion. It felt inescapable, as if, no matter where I went, the gaze would follow. There was no doubt in my mind. Somebody was watching me. Shout out to my boy Jameis, boo! No, somebody was watching me. That was just how powerful the sensation was. I desperately wanted to look behind me, but I challenged myself not to. It was a game that I played every once in a while. A test. This is Germany? I called it the "it'll take more than that to make me turn around" game. The aim of the game, obviously, was to avoid turning around. I played it when I heard a weird sound or felt like I was being watched. A false sense of unfamiliarity. Oh, so it's like the sense, like the opposite of deja vu or something? Yeah, for real. How did this guy survive natural selection? Whenever I felt the gaze, I tended to imagine some kind of insanely terrifying ghost or monster lurking behind me. Not like I'd ever actually seen anything in the past 17 years, though. Even on the occasions when I'd lost my patience and turned around. Next he's gonna play the "it'll take more than that to make me breathe" game, for real. That's like when he's hiding in a closet or something. Still, I'd always been able to have at least a little bit of fun with it. I'd listen to the wind, raise an eyebrow suspiciously, and say phrases ripped straight out of a manga. That was the only reason and why I did it, because it was fun. Definitely not because I was scared or anything. For you bastard. You bastard. I don't know if it even works. It should work, but I don't know if it does. What do you think you're looking at, bastard? Actually, I'm gonna check if it works. I don't think it does. It just throws the points away. Let me... It's an ugly bastard. Uh-oh. Stinky. I'm gonna snooze it out of spite of Potato feeling evil. I'm here. Okay, the white noise is getting to me. What do you think you're looking at, bastard? Whose eyes are those eyes? Heh, gotcha. Okay, to be honest, I was really just trying to act calm, but before I knew it, I'd stopped dead in my tracks. A sense of change in the atmosphere, paralyzing my body in place. I then noticed my face was soaked with sweat, and my knees were shaking. Unable to take it anymore, I turned around, which meant that I'd lost. But thankfully, there was no one behind me, not even a car passing by or something. This guy's so cool and awesome sounding. Maybe we should not stab his ass and steal his shit. You're so right. My god, this guy's clearly the main character. Look, hear all those epic one-liners he's saying? We should mug a different guy instead. Why did I feel so uneasy? What happened to all the handsome bastards? They don't have to do weird, crazy doujin things because they're happily married. The ringing in my ears ceased. I hadn't even realized it, but I'd been hearing some ringing sound this whole time. I realized it, Takumi, I realized it. They fused into me! So true, Void. But still, until now, I had been completely oblivious to it. And now that it was gone, I couldn't hear anything at all. For a place like Tokyo, this sort of sudden silence seemed completely unreal. It was the sort of perfect silence where you could hear a pin drop if you focused hard enough. So I closed my eyes and listened closely just to see what I could hear. I didn't hear anything. Why would you close your eyes if you think someone's watching you? He really doesn't have any preservation skills. But I still couldn't hear anything at all. That was pretty strange. No, that was definitely strange. There were all sorts of things I should have been hearing. Trains running by, car horns in the distance, some sort of small noise. So why did I hear nothing? Was something wrong with my ears? I felt compelled to shout just so I could hear something. I felt like I might go crazy otherwise. But I couldn't do it. The silence was deafening, but it made me fear what would happen if I broke it. I just realized this guy could live in a world where the Death Note existed. Dude, I hope that he would not have the Death Note. He can only preserve his party at ESO, for real. Suddenly, a single sound resounded through the silent world. I turned my head to look for the source, but instead I found a slew of shining objects scattered across the asphalt. Are those crosses? When I saw them, my body suddenly unfroze, and naturally, perhaps too naturally, I started moving toward them. Driven by curiosity, I picked one up. It was made of metal with a long pointy end like a needle. A stake? Or a nail, maybe? Whatever it was shaped like a cross, hence my initial confusion. It felt almost phantasmal. Maybe the Shogun— I bet the Shogun guy probably has the Death Note. He seems like it. Too scary, Poko Daddy, protect me? Don't worry, son, I'm here! I will protect you from the scary, annoying anime man. It was shaped like a cross, hence my initial confusion. It felt almost phantasmal, like it might float away at any moment. I tightened my grip on it. And the sound continued to reverberate faintly in the distance. A sound cold enough to send chills down my spine, repeating incessantly. Even so, I couldn't help but move toward its source. It was like I was in a trance. Thanks, Daddy, you're so cool and handsome. That's right. That's right. This grip is over 9,000 in his dreams. Was it just morbid curiosity, or was I hoping that the noise would save me? That it would grant me salvation from this silent world? You know, this reminded me of that one German folktale. What's with the German, stuff in this game? What was it called again? Oh yeah, The Pied Piper of Hamelin. A story in which the sound of one man's pipe lured over 100 children into following him. Because look, there's like German here, right? Das, wie, and then something, and then und, which is and. The clanging sound refused to stop, and the farther I walked, the louder it got. This feels like a Reddit mod story. This is like a 4chan horror story. It was coming from farther down the alley, past the corner on my left. I could already tell. If I turned that corner, I would be met with the source of that sound. And yet, I never thought of turning back. Such a thought didn't even cross my mind. It was like my body was moving on its own. And so I turned the corner, and my eyes were struck by a vibrant crimson shining through the darkness. Anime girl! Oh sure, it is a cute girl! My first thought was, where have I seen this art piece before? And my second thought was, it doesn't look very realistic. Maybe I was so shocked that my brain wasn't processing things properly. Normally, when I saw something this terrifying, I'd freeze, scream like a little girl, and piss my pants all at once. At least he's honest! At least he's honest! The work consisted of spikes arranged on a wall, like the claws of a hedgehog or pins in a pincushion. But when I looked closer, I realized the pincushion was leaking blood. So then, that meant that the puddle of crimson below it was blood. The feeble glow of a streetlight just barely reached it, causing the pool to gleam in the darkness. Scattered around were a few shining pieces of what looked like meat. Maybe. I couldn't really tell. I tried to gulp, but my throat had gone completely dry, not a single drop of saliva to be found. The guy should de-rocket! And then I realized. The thing that was nailed to the wall. Why did it take you so long? It was a human corpse. A murder that was far too unnatural, far too brutal, far too immoderate. And the one who'd done it, the one who had nailed these stakes to the wall, was a single girl. As for how I knew that, I'm actually saying all this out loud as it's happening. That would be so freaking funny. It was because she was right there, standing in front of her art, holding a bundle of stakes in her blood-soaked hand. I could only see her back from here, so obviously I had no clue what she looked like. But what I could tell, though, was that she was wearing a Suame Academy uniform. The stench of rotting garbage was intensifying, and I was hit with wave after wave of nausea. The empty lot! Yeah, for real! I put a hand to my mouth to stop myself from vomiting, but I was nearly at my limit. And then it suddenly dawned on me. The cause of my deja vu. The answer to the question, where have I seen this before? 4chan! Reddit! Of course! The picture. Shogun sent! Without meaning to, I'd said that out loud. without realizing how dangerous or even deadly that mistake could be. In response to my voice, her shoulder twitched slightly. And with that, she slowly turned to face me. Anime girl, with the Higurashi-inspired eyes. In that moment, it was as if her gaze was piercing straight through me. Such desolate eyes. She had just killed someone. Definitely work of the Death Note. Boyd was right. This is definitely work of the Death Note. At first, she seemed shocked, but her expression quickly changed to a somber smile. And then, thank goodness. She softly whispered those words. Thank goodness? Thank goodness for what? And why was she smiling at me? I didn't understand. The questions kept piling up, to the point where it sent a chill down my spine. Now panicking, I tried averting my eyes. The first thing that came to mind was, I don't want anything to do with this. I mean, for starters, I could hardly make eye contact with regular 3D girls, let alone psycho killers, and the police would be here soon, and I was hungry. She's just misunderstood, we can fix her! Bet. That's why I should just go home. Yeah. I need to get out of here, as fast as humanly possible. If I don't, I'll go insane. Taku. Huh? Suddenly she called me by name, even though I'd never told her my name, even though I'd never even met her before. Why is he saying her? Bro just saw a dead body and is like, and I'm hungry. Yeah, for real. He's so normal. After being like, I'm gonna throw up. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. And he's like, man, I couldn't do with a burger right about now. I could do it for some Doritos. I was looking for you. As she looked at me, her lips twisted into a horrifically fearsome smile, almost like she was a demon. Ow, my ears! Why did you have to do that in both sides of my ears? He's keen to get home to eat some cup noodles. Yes, sir. Screaming at the top of my lungs, I ran as fast as my legs could carry me. It hurt to breathe, but I didn't care. Breathing! It'll take more than that to get me to breathe! I just kept screaming and running as if my life depended on it. At one point along the way, I turned my head to look behind me, but she didn't seem to be chasing me. Why was it like on different ears? I don't know, it went in both sides. Like, it changed between both of them. He lost, yeah. I was completely winded. My lungs struggled to shovel air in and out, and my agonized panting echoed throughout my room. He lost the don't turn around game? Yeah, now he's a 2-channel story or whatever. I plopped down in my computer chair. My body and clothes were completely drenched in sweat. What the fuck had just happened? Another one of my delusions? My nausea was becoming unbearable. Trying to alleviate it, I grabbed a cola from the fridge and chugged it as fast as I could. Yeah, I'm sure that'll make your tummy stop hurting, bro. That delusion was way too realistic, even for my usual standards, and boy was it gruesome. Too gruesome. Of course he's not gonna call the authorities, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't lock the door, for real. He's gonna start streaming for all his fans, just like me! I was still out of breath. Could a simple delusion really do this to me? No, it definitely couldn't. I felt an uncomfortable sensation in my right hand. I'd been clenching my fist so hard my fingers had nearly turned white. I hadn't even noticed until just now. I slowly opened my hand, one finger at a time, all while my heart pounded like a drum. Eek! Lying in the palm of my hand was a single steak. That's probably bad, for your continued freedom and not being in prison. So his fingers turning white. Terrified by the sight of it, I instinctively turned and threw it against the wall. That was the steak from before. Well, I definitely did pick one up off the ground earlier, but how was that even possible? Hadn't it all just been a delusion? I don't know. It can't be possible. It can't be. This can't be happening. At my wit's end, I started pacing around my room. I needed to figure out whether that nightmare had been real, or just another delusion. That was the plan, at least, until I slipped on a CD case and lost my balance. In a panic, I reached out for something to keep myself from falling flat on the floor. I barely managed to find something to latch onto, but unfortunately that something was my shelf of waifus! Before I had the chance to regret it, it was already too late. In the end, no matter how hard I tried, I wasn't able to stop myself from falling ass first onto the floor, and to make matters worse, several of my beautifully arranged figures came tumbling down on top of me. Ugh, god damn it. This was the worst! Everything about this was just the worst! I let out a groan as I rose to my feet. I had to make sure my figures were safe. Ah! Ignistan from Jingai Makyo! Your sword! It had snapped clean in two. Why did it have to be one of the expensive ones? I paid a premium online for this. Welcome back, Kenshi. We saw gore for the first time. God damn it! You gotta be fucking kidding me! I tried putting the two halves of the blade back together, but I'd never be able to fix it perfectly, even if I used glue. Any value it once had was now gone. Just trick people into thinking that it was not broken, dude. Give me a fucking break. Fuck. Stronger reaction to seeing his figure break than a real murder. I turned to my chair and kicked it out of sheer rage. Tears began to well up in my eyes. Why did I have to go through all this? What had I ever done to deserve this? I fell to the floor and just sat there for a while, heartbroken, staring dejectedly at my now swordless Ignistan. Once the storm of anger and confusion had passed, I found my mind filling with visions of her face, along with that modern art I'd seen. Modern art? You're still gonna call it modern art? You're actually a serial killer, Takumi. You're just a serial killer. I'd actually been physically holding one of those stakes, which meant it couldn't have been a delusion. It had all been real. I really wanted to deny it, but there was no way I could. By tomorrow, it was sure to be all over the media. I really didn't want anything to do with this nightmare. There was no way associating with that girl. No, that demon could bring anything but catastrophe for me. Hell, we'd only just met for the first time, and there had already been a disaster. After all, I'd brought home a critical piece of evidence from that incident. One of the stakes had been used in the murder. I wouldn't be surprised if that on its own is enough to make me a suspect. Yeah, no duh, bro. Like, literally, what do you think was gonna happen if you took one of those home? And if things weren't already bad enough, that demon had seen my face. There was no way out of this mess. At this rate, that demon was going to... What if she disposed of the body? Well, she did spend a lot of time nailing it to the wall, so I don't know about that. If I valued my own life, I really needed to figure things out. Gory Pick Shogun sent me. Is he putting this on Google Word? Or Google Word? What am I talking about? On Word? Or Google Docs or something? Sorry, Deludo Docs? No doubt about it. That picture must have been some sort of advance notice for the murder. Hopefully Sports Tokyo covers it. Yeah, the leading #1 news source in teenage deaths. For real. I mean, I don't think the guy that died was a teenager, though. Notepad? Well, he's already a suspect. Does he really want to do that? Would he really want to do that? Okay, wait. Before I continue, give me 1 sec. I gotta piss really bad from drinking all this water. Google Docky? Yes, sir. Google Docky. Alright, 1 sec. I'm piss.
Something sinister to it. Pendulum swinging slow, a degenerate moving through the city with criminal stealth. Welcome to enemy turf, harder than immigrants work. Office distant in my shirt. Get up off the pavement, brush the dirt up off my psyche. It's probably been 12 years since my father left. I left him fatherless, and I just used to say I hate him in dishonest jest. When honestly I miss this nigga like when I was 6, and every time I got the chance to say it, I would swallow at 16. I'm hollow intolerant, skip shots to storm that whole bottle. I show you a role model. Drunk pissing on somebody's front lawn, trying to figure out how and when the fuck I miss moderating. Mama often was offering peace off of instinct. Weeds cough, scoffing, and he's off again. Searching for a big brother, Tyler was that. Plus he like how I rap, the blunt and mice the trap. Too black for the white kids and too white for the blacks. From on the road to cracking locks up off them bicycle racks. I'm indecisive, I'm scatterbrained, and I'm frightened at 7. And in them eyes where he hiding all them icicles at. Something sinister to it. Pendulum swinging slow, a degenerate moving through the city with criminal stealth. Welcome to enemy turf, harder than immigrants work. Office distant in my shirt. Get up off the pavement, brush the dirt up off my psyche. Time lapse, bars, rotten hearts, bottomless pit. Was mobbing deep as 96 Havoc and Prodigy did. We were the potty mouth posse, crashed the party and dipped with all belongings to toss them out to the audience. Nothing was fucking awesome, trying to make it from the Bottomless is feeling as hard as Vince Carter's knee cartilages. Supreme garment and weed gardeners garnish the splits with Keith particles and entering apartments with scene article tolerance through boundaries. I know you happy now, craving in these complex fuck niggas that track me down just to be the guys that did it. Like, I like attention, not the type where niggas trying to get a raise in my expense. I'm supposed to be grateful, right? Like, thanks so much, you made my life harder. And the times between my mom and Dom strained and tightened even more than they were before all of this shit. Been back a week and I already feel like calling it quits. Something sinister to it. Pendulum swinging slow, a degenerate moving through the city with criminal stealth. Welcome to enemy turf, harder than immigrants work. Golf is distant in my shirt. Get up off the pavement, brush the dirt up off my psyche. Something sinister to it. Pendulum swinging slow, a degenerate moving through the city with criminal stealth. Welcome to enemy turf, harder than immigrants work. Golf is distant in my shirt. Get up off the pavement, brush the dirt up off my psyche. It's probably been 12 years since my father left. I left him fatherless, and I just used to say I hate him in dishonest jest. When honestly I miss this nigga like when I was
Figurines breaking be like that. Yeah, that's true. So I was trying to fix my keyboard as well. I'm puffed. I'm puffed. Running to the piss zone and then running to my room and then having to stay to go onto my desk, stay puffed. No, I don't want to. I have to game. Where did my game go? Oh, there we go. Otherwise, there'd be no way the image could have meshed up so perfectly with the crime scene. At least my keyboard is now working, so hopefully I can save the game now. First she'd edited that image together, then she'd recreated it in real life, right down to the finest detail. That was how the crime had happened. No. In her eyes, I bet it was more of a work of art than a crime. Can I? Okay. Try to figure out the keys. She seemed like that kind of psycho, dedicated to finishing any job. Nope, I don't want to quit. God, imagine. Mystery girl. Yeah, she kind of was a. I mean, she was kind of cute. I know she was a babe. How do I save? Wait, now I have to look at the keys. Oh. There's a lot of, don't worry, there's a lot of babes. Of course. It's a visual level. Apparently you right click. Okay, there we go. Alright, yeah, please do save. We've been playing for like an hour. Oops, no. She seemed like that kind of psycho. Dedicated to finishing any job with nothing but sheer perfection. Also, you missed it, Boom Boom, but yesterday, Dumpy streamed The Room. And his neighbor died. His neighbor babe died. So you know. She's fucked up in the head. But why show that picture to me? And wait, how did she know I was Nightheart? And how the hell did she know my real name? That's right, The Room like the film, but Silent Hill. Tommy was our horror version. She will be missed. Yeah, Fred sucks at saving everybody and anybody. What was I supposed to do? That demon would definitely come to kill me soon. If she already knew my name, email, and all that stuff, then there was a very good chance she knew my home address too. I curled up into the fetal position in my chair. The image of that twisted murder was etched into my mind. How could I stay calm when I could end up that way too? What are you confused about? I don't want to die, 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 I don't want to die. Shinitaku no! Shinitaku no! Sarah, don't worry, it's gonna be a-okay! Huh? Oh, just talking about Dumpy Stream, don't worry about it. Saratan lay sideways on my desk, facing toward me with a smile. Taki, all you gotta do is hole yourself up in this nice little room. Just do that, and then the big scary demon can't do nothing to you. She'll get caught by the police any day now, anyway. Till then, you can't trust anyone. Don't listen to anything that anyone says. You see, the thing about demons is that they love taking advantage of the weakness in people's hearts, so letting your guard down is a big no-no. Can I actually... I'm gonna turn the text speed up too. Maybe like here. Okay. I know you can make it through this, Taki. Babe alert! Yeah, waifu alert! But Sarah! He who runs away lives to fight another day. I think there was a saying that went like that, right? You should just forget all about the 3D world. Just keep telling yourself, it's got nothing to do with me, and you'll feel much better. Why are nipples trying to stab someone? I don't know, dude. It's Takumi. He's fantasizing, bro. He's living his best life. Like a cut diamonds. Cause if it's got nothing to do with you, then there's no need to worry about it, right? In fact, let me teach you something you're really gonna like. Did you know that Shuttons are the strongest people in the world? I mean, they never ever see anyone at all, so they can never ever be attacked by anyone. That means their self-defense is the super strongest. So Taki, all you have to do is become a complete Shutton. Simple, right? Yeah, you might be right. Just what I'd expect from my waifu. I can always count on her to give me the best advice. Having regained my peace of mind, I reached out my hand for Saratan, lightly grasping her by the slim waist. Even as our faces drew closer, her smile never wavered. Thank you, Sarah. I'm feeling a lot better now. All thanks to you. And you know what? You're right. The 3D world can eat shit. And as for that demon girl, I'll bet she doesn't care that some otaku freak like me saw her anyway. Bro is literally Yondev. This is Yondev with Samus around. I'm perfectly safe. I can just live on in peace, playing ASO, watching my favorite anime or whatever else, and everything will be just fine. Oh my god, this is so Just remember what I said before, Taki. Never let your guard down, you hear? Yeah, I know. I couldn't trust anyone. I wouldn't listen to a single word they had to say. All I had to do was be cautious of everything in the 3D world. As long as I did that, everything would be just fine. Poko jealous! I'm glad you cared that much about me, Sarah. Fui. Well then, time to play some ESO and get some life back in me. So true. What's happening now? Fly and cross, and now the promise. I can't see Broombo's messages, he's on the YouTube chat. Fly and cross, fulfilled in all its glory. Fly and cross, it unleashes the one and only. Fly and cross, ending of everything. No Poko TOS! Oh, right, I forgot about that. Late into the night, the sound of a beautiful voice could be heard throughout Miyashita Park. You should go there too? Why? It was coming from a pedestrian bridge that crossed over Meiji Dori. A steady flow of cars passed underneath. But in spite of this, the girl known as Fez showed no— Persona 3 Fez? Ooh! She looks like Rei from Evangelion. Showed no sign of being affected by the noise. She simply kept on singing, leaning back against the handrail of the bridge. O servant, revealed by the light of the moonlit night. On any normal day, if she were to sing on the street in public like this, she would surely attract hundreds of onlookers. But right now, nobody was listening to her sing. For Fess was deliberately concealing her presence, blending into the stillness of the night. Connect the phantasmal paths which led to this place. This way she could loiter quietly until the moon left the sky behind. By doing so, by becoming one with the darkness, she felt as if she could free herself from the corrupt atmosphere of Shibuya, if only for a moment. That was what Fess felt to be true. Little did they know, their screams will soon turn to silence. You're in the server, right? I linked it in the announcement tab of the server. Suddenly, Fess looked up to the night sky. The clouds covering was starting to clear up little by little, leaving space for the moonlight to shine through in their wake. But sadly, any and all starlight was completely drowned out by the dazzling neon of Shibuya. Nonchalant babe horror flop. Yeah. And repose shall fall upon us as we link hand in hand within the wind. Fess halted her song, then slowly reached her hand out toward the sky. Oh wait, she's meant to be singing? My bad. Whose eyes are those eyes? Sorry, I did say she was singing. I didn't realize that she was singing the dialogue. Sorry, I should have sung it. My bad. My bad, gang. I'll sing next time. I'm kidding, I'm not gonna sing next time. You gotta be tomfoolering if you think I'm gonna sing. About a day had passed, and I'd spent pretty much every hour of it in base lard. I'd hardly even made time to eat. I'd immersed myself fully into the role of Nightheart, and in the process completely erased every trace of Nishijo Takumi. And Iso, I was an absolute god. No demon could ever strike fear into my heart, and I was respected by everyone. Cho mama! No, you! If only I could live in such a comfortable world for all eternity. I was certain I'd be far happier that way. Holy shit! An angelic circlet! No fucking way! A legendary drop! Holy shit! Void when I'm streaming and he calls me so he can get good drops on Borderlands. Angelic circlet for the win! I need to equip this right away. Okay, equipment. Whoa, it even shows up on the character model. That's so epic. Hey, look, over here. Come on, check me out, Grim. Chill out, Nightheart. Sister Centipede? Chill out, Nightheart. Shut up and kill yourself, losers. Wait, Twitch, I was reading the dialogue. Twitch and YouTube both. I was reading the dialogue in the game, okay? Shh. I was just reading the dialogue in the visual novel. Please don't hurt me. Void does the foo-hee-hee-hee-hee. In his own way, I suppose. That was pretty funny, though. It was really funny, actually. I should head back to town and show off. Finally, another legendary item to add to my collection. Naturally, I was stoked. My depression from earlier had been completely blown away. Banned? No! The angelic circlet had a drop rate of 0.0001%. It was so rare, some players thought it was unobtainable. Well, its stats were shit, so it was pretty much just a cosmetic item. But that was good enough. People could tell you had an angelic circlet just by looking at you, which is enough to make anyone green with envy. Foohee, I've done it. Nightheart is now one step closer to achieving godhead. I miss being able to do the Craigasm? Yeah, you know what? Valid. Come on, open up. Shut up. Who the hell's banging on my door? Who the hell's been banging on my door for so goddamn long? Just when I'd finally managed to get a hold of a rare item, this happened. Couldn't a man enjoy his victories for a second? I think the YouTube stream is behind too. Oh, by how much? You big jerk. Oh god. That voice. That's got nothing to do with me or my internet. It's the service I be using. 3 days? Oh no! The moment I realized who it was, my mood instantly took a nosedive. There was no mistaking it. That was the voice of an assassin sent by my parents. My little sister, Nanami. What a pain in the ass. Damn! Oh, that's right. I think YouTube has built-in latency. I'll see if I can disable that next time. If you don't open the door right now, then you're really mean! Well, shit. I don't want to be really mean. Here came the storm to rain on my parade. Yeah, I forgot that YouTube had built-in latency. Like, not like latency. It's like called latency, but it's like delayed. It's not like an internet problem or something. YouTube automatically delays it. I really didn't want to let her in, but if I didn't, my parents would probably get on my case about it. Stop living alone and move back in with us, they'd say. I'd ignore them if I could, but my dad basically owned this building, so it would take just a snap of his fingers for him to kick me out. This was the worst. Hey! Shut the fuck up! Can we use our nips to do a muscle scale of hardest test on a phone screen? I don't know, we'd have to get one of these. I swear her voice was so shrill it could shatter glass. Yeah, please stop knocking. That soundbite has been going for ages now. The banging just didn't stop, and since the metal walls were pretty thin, the sound echoed loudly all throughout the container. Nanami was well aware of that. In fact, that was exactly why she was doing it. In the end, I had no choice. I reluctantly removed the padlock and opened the door. Oh, there you are! Routine survival check. Dot dot dot. This baby-faced runt was my little sister. She was a year younger than me. At least say something when I knock on your door. I thought you were dead or something. Of course the first thing out of her mouth was bitching. And to make things worse, she was standing there with her hands on her hips, like the bratty little shit she was. The spitting image of irritating. Her existence brought me nothing but suffering. Dude, what a piece of shit. I had no choice when you fucking ask his Nucky's to a piece of yeah. Yeah. Oh no, the stream's lagging. We got a little bit of stream laggage. I like her theme. What the heck? It's cute. Oh, there we go. Neither of her hands are on her hips. I know, right? That's what I was thinking too when he said that. Bro is delusional. Wow, this place is still a total pigsty. Can't you at least tidy up a little bit every once in a while? Nanami just waltzed right on in without even asking. What the hell did she think she was doing? What, did she think she could get away with whatever she wanted just because she was my little sister? And to think there were people out there who seriously believed that little sisters were moe. I always wanted to tell those guys how much of an epic fail that was. Well, even though she was my sister, she certainly didn't look unsavory. She had a lowly body type, so I could see why that would make her pretty damn popular in some circles. But as her older brother, I didn't care about that. I wasn't into her at all. Yeah, good! Does bro live in a shed? He lives in a shipping container, actually. As far as I was concerned, she was downright repulsive, not to mention immature. Didn't help that she smelled like piss. Not to say I didn't like lollies, of course. Just only 2D ones. Hoo-hee-hee. Let's go, Liza P! Bowie is a bar! Ew, it smells like mold. I tell you to clean up every time I come here. Is it really that hard? Well, I mean, I already know the answer. You're just too lazy to clean up, and you don't have a girlfriend to do it for you. Well, whatever. I guess I'll just have to clean it for you. The fact that he feels the need to say he wasn't into her is concerning. That's how you know he really doesn't leave his shipping container enough. But I refuse. What? Why? I don't want you to destroy my room. Wow, I can't believe you just said that. Is that really how you thank your little sister for checking in on you? Maybe things would change if you showed your older brother a little respect. And why should I be grateful that you're checking on me? I sure as hell didn't ask for that. Dude, why is he, like, unable to talk to her properly, but he is such a bitch in his, like, monologue? Jeez Louise, why do I have to be related to someone this difficult? Sometimes I wish I wasn't. Anyway, I'm pretty thirsty. Let me just grab a drink. This is how Asmongold reacts if you offer to clean his house! Well, yeah, otherwise he would pay someone to do it. Of course he reacts like this. Nanami walked right past me and over to the mini fridge, once again acting like she owned the place. There's only good delusion choice. Is there nothing but cola in here? What is a good delusion? I'm afraid. How should I have known you should've- wait, what? How should I have known you'd be in here? What does that do? Well, whatever. Cola it is, I guess. Surprise fucking surprise. She went ahead and did as she pleased. There's this thing called permission, you know. I feel like this is a relationship you would have with a bro of yours. You could be both sides too. No, I get along with my brothers very well. I don't think I would never detest my bro. Oh, you mean like I would be like her? Yeah, probably. Well, I would hope that my older brother wouldn't have thoughts about how he's lucky that he wasn't into me or whatever, because that's kind of freaky. The soft throat rose and fell seductively. Okay, pumping the soda down with an audible gulp gulp gulp. At least use a cup. Had she seriously just drunk straight from the bottle? Even though she was a girl? What a disgrace. This was exactly why 3D sucked ass. Dude, seriously? That's why you drinking from the bottle of soda is bad? What? Gah. As soon as Nanami finished her drink, she went right back to pouting like before. Though, was it just me, or did it seem like she was blushing a little? I could've. But what if I wanted an indirect kiss with you? I made a mistake. Huh? And just like that, she dropped a bombshell. This is why you never- okay, I'm never giving in to Takumi's delusions ever again. We're going the red route every single time. Probably doesn't even have any clean cups. Yeah, why would you use them? I wouldn't trust him to wash them. Where would he wash them? Where does he piss? I still don't know. She still kept her pouty attitude, but now she was looking straight at me. No, she isn't. I was paralyzed. My little sister was on the verge of tears and all I could do was just stand and stare. Had I just tripped a flag? Like some kind of error gate? Was I on the little sister route? Do you hate me? That'd make me really sad. Just so you know, I wouldn't do this with just anyone. Stream is over! Nanami's voice gradually lowered. You big jerk. Her voice was a faint murmur as she hung her head in shame. There wasn't a single trace of her typical bratty attitude. Oh my. Hey, big bro! Indirect wasn't enough. Hearing that, I tried to gulp, but the saliva caught in my throat and refused to go down. And with that, I was completely cornered, though I still didn't really understand what Nanami meant. I wanna kiss you. Okay, I'm gonna stop reading this. I don't wanna get banned. Let me go on the BRB screen. Let me get this stream over. I'm just watching Sports Tokyo? Yeah, please Twitch, I'm just watching Sports Tokyo. I'm alt-tabbing? Don't worry, I alt-tabbed for you. What kind of delusions is this? Wait, that doesn't add up. Okay, there was a TV shutting off thing. His delusion is over. Jesus Christ! I'd zoned out and let my delusions run wild again. I never felt so disgusted with myself in my life. Yeah, I know, right? Like, OMG, boff. Just totally boff. And then I started thinking. Maybe if we weren't blood-related and she fell a little more into the cute little sister archetype, I wouldn't be such a virgin loser. You absolutely would be still a virgin loser. I don't think she's into you, bro. No! Don't clip it! What's wrong? After finishing a cola, Nanami shot me a confused look. I'd been acting weird because of my delusion just now, and Nanami had noticed. Step out of it. Yeah, that's kind of freaky. If I knew that my brother was like maladaptive daydreaming about making out with me, I would probably never do checkups on him either, ever again. I would just never talk to him ever again. Step out of it. I took a deep breath and forced the disgusting thoughts out of my mind. Just go home already. You did your whole survival check thing, and now your job here is done, right? Why do you feel the need to barge in here every time? I wish I tested out the delusion mechanic when I was with the guy, and not when I was with his sister. Big bro, you're so mean. She seemed like I'd managed to offend her somehow. She pursed her lips into a pout and glared at me. Rosa? Did he say that? I don't even remember. I was already done with her shit though, so I looked away. This is what I get for checking on you? I only came here because I was worried about you. I mean, you just shut yourself in here all the time, and sometimes you go for days without talking to anyone, you know? And that means you never get the chance to talk to any girls. Shut up! Stop making fun of me, you stupid bitch. I'm not into 3D girls, so why would I ever bother talking to them? In fact, I'm the only girl you ever talk to, aren't I? So I don't think you appreciate me enough. Maybe if you actually start treating your sister right, you'll get a little better at talking with girls. While she was nagging, Nanami picked up one of my figures, Hikaru-tan from the Suicide for Hikaru, and started staring at it. Damn it, don't touch my waifus without asking. If you leave even a single fingerprint on her, I'll actually beat the shit out of you. Also, you really need to take better care of yourself. You're too old to be obsessing over dolls. I don't want to walk in here one day and find you dead on the floor, got it? Maybe anime was a mistake. What the hell was she trying to imply? It felt like she'd been becoming more and more like Mom lately, which meant that she'd gotten even more fucking annoying. Shut the fuck up! Just leave already. Don't just tell me to leave like that, you're such a jerk. Besides, I'm not finished. Ugh, she was getting more hysterical by the minute. If I made her any angrier, things would get out of hand, so chill out, me. Let's go buy you a cell phone. Huh? What had you just said? A cell phone? Dad told me to help you buy one. If you get a phone, we can check if you're alive whenever we want. He even gave me the money to pay for it. So come on, let's go already. Everyone's got a cell phone these days. You really live under a rock, don't you? Shut up already, you teenage trend-chasing bitch. Duh, you really live under a rock. I'm not the one who lives under a rock here, you wrong-sider. The internet gives me all the information I need. Well, she was right about one thing. These days, it was normal for a high school student to have a phone, and I didn't have one. Of course, that was because I'd never used it anyway. I didn't have anyone to call or text, and I didn't want to pay for something I wasn't going to use. I perfectly good DS on the floor over there, for real. Throw on the Picto chat. Okay, ready to head out? Yeah, okay. Now we put the figure back on the shelf and turned her attention back to me. I'm sure you're clueless about which model to get, so we'll just get you the same one I have. As she said that, she took her own phone out of her bag and started showing it off like it was some precious heirloom. So cute. Check it out, this one's mine. The color's so cute, don't you think? Yeah, it's yellow. While we're at it, we might as well get you one of these straps, too. Yuck. What a lazy-ass design. The character hanging from the phone strap was far from cute. It looked horrible. There was no way a professional had designed it. Labubu? Labubu? It looked like one of those ugly cute characters, or like one of those official government mascots. It's not lazy. I'll have you know that this little guy is called Gero Froggy. They're super in right now. Well, it's not like you know what's popular with high school girls these days. AI-generated frog? If you crawled out of your hole long enough to fix that, I'm 99% sure you'd be able to hold a conversation with a girl. God damn it! Just shut the fuck up already, you trend-chasing bit! He just says the same thing. Seriously, what is this Gero Froggy garbage? There's no way this thing's popular. Anyone with half a brain could tell you that. It's like literally Labubu's, dude. She didn't realize she was just being played by the media. It was honestly sad. Anyway, this isn't about Gero Froggy. Come on, let's go buy you a phone already. Oh, and I'm not saying you have to get this model, by the way. It's just that family members with the same model can get a discount on their rates. And you're the only one in our family that doesn't have one. I don't want one. But why? Dad's even paying for it. I just don't need it. It'd be a nuisance if anything. If I had a phone, Mom would definitely call every day. And if I kept ignoring those calls, they'd keep sending little Miss Assassin Nanami over here to lay on the pressure. My family life would become even more of a living hell, and I'd have to stop being way more careful as a result. I couldn't let that happen. I think this character is less likable than the character from School Days. It's happening. Everyone is understanding how unlikable the main character in this game is. Everybody apparently hates this guy. It's said in the reviews. So it must be true. I'm drinking water. My apologies. I couldn't let that happen. Ugh, what the heck? I can't believe how much of a jerk you are. You know what? Fine. I'll just leave. Oh good. Go right ahead. I opened the door for her to finally leave, but Nanami didn't budge an inch. She just shot her arms down to her sides, looking even more upset than before. I want to hit him so hard he explodes. You're such a jerk. The biggest, meanest jerk ever. At least walk me to the station. No thanks. Later, tacos! Let's go! She never acted like this before. Why did she suddenly want me to walk her to the station? What was so special about today? Dude, did you forget that there's serial killers? There's a serial killer out right now? Bro does not care about his sister in the least. He's not even concerned for her safety 1%. No thanks, I don't do escort quests! Why does that actually sound like something he would say? It's really dangerous out there. You know, with all the murders and stuff? As my older brother, you should at least be a little concerned about me, right? ... Yesterday's events were resurrected in my mind once again, if only for a second. I frantically shook my head, trying to get that gruesome scene out of my mind, and I just barely managed to. Not really. Either way, it wasn't like the new-gen murderer was twisted enough to attack some brat like Nanami. Nobody would want to get near somebody who smelled like piss like she did. Wasn't the first murder like 5 high school students, dude? I don't believe it! Are you saying you wouldn't even care if I died? Nanami was tearing up. It seemed like my words had really gotten to her. Fuhihi. Serves you right. Maybe you should think twice about disturbing my peace and quiet next time. This is just my own way of taking a little revenge for once. Get fucked. You big jerk. Drop dead. I hope you die in a freak accident. The freakiest of freak accidents ever. I thought he was under the impression that the murder was in his mind. Yeah, I don't know, man. After spitting those parting words at me, Nanami pushed past me and ran away as fast as she could. Yeah, you kinda do suck. Seemed like the storm had finally passed. The room grew peaceful and quiet once again. This was how things should always be around here. My own perfect little world, where stupid bullshit wasn't allowed. I sat down in front of my PC, shaking my mouse a little to clear the Seroton screensaver. I tried to take a sip of the cola bottle on my desk, but it was empty. Oh, shit. This is the bottle that Nanami just drank from. Oh god, I just had an indirect kiss with my little sister. I'm gonna puke. Okay, bro, says you. Like, I read the freaking dialogue of that delusional, whatever, man. Maybe if she was a little more charming, it would have been the kind of ero-gay-like situation I could fap to. Ew. But with that horrible personality, no chance. If anything, it'd only make me more flaccid. I put the cap back on the bottle, then threw it at the big garbage bag in the corner of my room. But it didn't go in the bag, instead bouncing off the wall and rolling onto my bed. Well, whatever. Anyway, time to dive straight back into ESO. I just want to forget about that annoying real world ASAP. Dude, like, what? But it wouldn't last long. Just one day later, my immersion would be broken once again. My mental state had been on the up and down lately, but the moment I stepped outside, it all came crashing down again. Damn it, why did I have to go to school today? It was so early. Why today? This is the worst. I hope his account gets hacked. Yeah, me too. I hate this guy too. But it wasn't like I could just take the day off. If I did, my minimum attendance chart would get all thrown off, and then I wouldn't be able to graduate. Everyone always talks about graduation. But what's the point? What am I graduating from, really? I was the one insisting on going through with it, but I still couldn't help but complain. He's the guy that bitches about everything. I'm his sister. As I approached the wealthy district of Shoto, I finally realized I'd been feeling a gaze for a while now. But this wasn't the usual god's gaze. I didn't feel any shivers on the back of my neck. Oh, okay. As I turned the corner, I took a quick tiny glance behind me, and I caught a glimpse of a girl wearing a Suimei uniform. No way. Was it the demon from yesterday? I think she was blonde. I instantly lost my composure. An extreme amount of tension overtook my body, and my walking became stilted. The demon had anime hair. A moment ago, it was a quiet morning like any other, but now it felt like the entire world was out to get me. Jump scare? Yeah, for real. I could faintly hear the sound of birds chirping atop the phone lines, and I could also hear music from the morning news playing in nearby homes. In a peaceful scene like this, where crime would seem totally out of place, I came close to imagining myself getting brutally murdered. Okay, I needed to calm down. It wasn't like I'd clearly seen her face or anything. There was nothing strange about seeing Suimei students walking behind me. We were headed for the same destination after all. Sister, hey, can I clean up for you and we'll go out and buy you a new phone? Guy, oh my god, get out, you fucking bitch. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. It would be fine. Hey, can you walk me to the station because there's serial killers right now out and about in the place that you live? Nah. No, I don't care. Go die. Even though school was straight ahead, I decided to take a hard right. I was worried about what could be behind me, but I desperately suppressed the urge to turn around. I needed to keep my cool and act natural. My heart was pounding, but I kept walking. I continued for about a minute or so until I decided I couldn't take it anymore. I slowly turned around. Yeah, she's blonde. We made eye contact for a second, but I panicked and turned back around. Why was she following me? This path was obviously the long way to school. That meant she had to be tailing me. Either way, I'd never seen her before. She definitely wasn't the demon from yesterday, that was for sure. She was wearing glasses, and the demon girl hadn't been. Okay, the glasses are what you notice, and not her hair. That's a completely different color. Slender ma'am. The fact alone was enough to calm me down. I decided to just head straight for school. I'd have to skip my routine breakfast at the park because of it, but oh well. Go fuck yourself, girl A. To me, you're just some background character. Pedestrian 1 or girl A, so stay out of my way, goddammit. After I entered the school, girl A disappeared. I'd expected her to continue tailing me, but instead she turned and headed toward the third-year classrooms. Maybe she was never tailing me in the first place. Maybe I was just overthinking it. But still, it was definitely weird that she'd taken the same detour that I had. Did she hate me for some reason? Had I done something to piss her off? I didn't think so. No, I couldn't have. I hardly ever went to school, and when I did, I tried to keep my presence very minimal. So then what the hell was she trying to accomplish? Somehow, I'd managed to make it through the torture known as school. On my way back, I made my usual stop at Cafe. I took my seat in room 37. The nearby rooms were normally always empty, but surprisingly, that wasn't true today. There was someone in room 36. Plot twist, she's another shy girl that wanted to make a new friend. Probably, but she's aiming for the wrong freaking guy. Have you seen the way this guy talks to every other woman? How he talks to his own freaking sister? The door was closed, but the light from the desk lamp leaked through the cracks. I couldn't help but click my tongue when I entered my room. Having someone sitting nearby posed a bit of a problem. Whenever I did things like chatting online, I had the tendency to talk to myself sometimes. Okay. Well, whatever. Time to just ignore it and log into ESO already. As long as I make a conscious effort to stay quiet, it shouldn't really be an issue. The hell is wrong with these people? Irritated, I slam my hands down on the keyboard. Bro's an incel? He actually kinda is, yeah. Yeah. He's an incel, he's a redditor, he's obsessed with anime women and doesn't care about anything in real life? Yeah. It had only been 2 hours since I started playing and I was already this close to throwing myself off a cliff. The people I'd partied up with today were total noobs. Sham, I'd like to hope you aren't like this. Actually, I know for sure you are nothing like this guy. I'd been trying my best to help them, but one of them went all Leroy Jenkins and just died repeatedly. Then the other one was a mage, but he didn't cast any healing spells at all. Holy shit. Pirate software? Oh my god. It's crazy. Crossover of a lifetime. I'm kidding. I hope that none of these people that I've mentioned today will come and kill me. As a result, we just kept getting full party wiped over and over again. And yet, instead of figuring out why it was happening, all they ever did was continue to piss and moan in the chat. Fuck these shitty players. I finally just lost it. I proceeded to PK both of them, steal all their items, and instantly escape to another area. I thought he didn't play or kill people. Also, guys, my sister just carried on. God, I fucking hate that bitch. Was she checking to see if you were alive? Everything Nightheart couldn't do, Lissalate could do without a second thought. This was exactly what I came all the way to at Cafe for. Fuhihihi. Okay, so this is just the account where you break the rules. Finally feeling a bit better, I breathed a sigh of relief and went to grab a drink. At Cafe had a bunch of all-you-can-drink soda fountains in the reception area. And related to that was the only bad thing about room 37. It was kind of far away from the reception area. Drink all your Pepsi. When I left my room, the door to room 36 was open. Holy shit, Gero Frog! Naturally, in order to make my way to the front, I had to go past it. I casually took a peek inside as I walked past, but there was nobody in there. Come to think of it, I had heard someone get up a moment ago. And although there was no one there, I saw a bag on the ground next to the reclining chair. It looked like a school bag, and there were a few toy straps hanging from it. They were Gero Froggies, like the one Nanami had shown me yesterday. There were 3 of them in total. I guess they really were popular. Well, whatever. It wasn't like I cared either way. Besides, if the person came back and caught me staring, they might have taken me for a pervert or a thief. You probably are. I'm surprised you remember the frog's name. Gero just sounds easy to remember, I don't know. Realizing that, I decided to just go get my drink. It sounds like Goro. However, right as I went to leave, my eye caught a glimpse of the text on the monitor and I froze. All things new gen. And if that wasn't enough, it was written in the most sickening font, as if it was trying to freak me out. Okay, fonts are freaking you out now, bro? New gen. I've been deliberately avoiding any and all info about those cases. I really didn't want to know anything more about them, and as long as I kept avoiding them, I could keep telling myself that they had nothing to do with me. No, forget about that. More importantly, the customer next door to me was looking at a site lining out everything about New Gen. Was it just a coincidence, or did it mean something? For a moment, the face of the demon girl flashed through my mind, sending goosebumps across my entire body. Bro sees papyrus font, and he freaks out. He's like, holy shit, it looks like skeleton, scary font. I shook my head violently, trying to force those horrible thoughts away. I was just overthinking it. Yeah, I had to be. Nobody was out to get me. I was just being paranoid. New Gen was pretty much all the media talked about lately. By this point, anyone would be interested in it. That was all it was. Yep, no doubt about it. Anyway, I should just go get my drink already, then get back to business. I quickly placed my cup under the dispenser and pressed the cola button. Delicious, ice-cold cola started pouring out. It was getting dark outside, which meant this place was going to get really crowded soon. There were already a few customers standing by the front desk, waiting to be shown to their rooms, and the darker it got, the more people would show up. In about an hour or so, all the rooms surrounding room 37 would fill up. Once that happened, it'd be time for me to head home. I took my cup and headed back toward my seat. On the way, I casually glanced down the hall toward the bathrooms. That's when... Why does she look so mad? I saw a girl's figure disappear into the corridor. She'd been wearing a Sume uniform and had glasses on her face. I recognized her. It was the same girl that'd been tailing me this morning. Girl A. Huh? I thought I might have been mistaken. So I hid behind some bookshelves and looked toward the corridor for a while, but she never showed up again. She also seems to be on wheels. Yeah, she must have like Heelys or something, roller skates. It must have just been my imagination. Yeah, it had to have been. I'd only seen her for half a second after all. She's smooth with it. She's like that guy that does the Lego dances. This place was typically swarming with Sume girls, and plenty of them wore glasses. But what if it had been Girl A? If she was here, what would that mean? Was it just a coincidence, or had she followed me? I was starting to get a little scared. This guy's afraid of everything. He's afraid of his freaking little sister. I left the cafe and started rushing back to my base. In the end, my anxiety had been too much to handle, and I'd left almost immediately after I saw the girl. I wanted to get home as soon as possible, but the crowded sidewalks were slowing me down. I was feeling sicker and sicker by the minute. I hated crowds. I always felt like people were watching me and snickering. A red pedestrian signal stopped me in my tracks. As I waited for the light to change again, I couldn't help but take a quick look around. I didn't see Girl A anywhere. As soon as I reached the top of Dogenzaka, sorry, my bad, walking got a lot easier. Usually I would take the least crowded way back, but... After what had happened 2 nights ago, I figured I should stick to the main streets, just to be safe. I was stuck at a red light again, so I took another look behind me, but Girl A was still nowhere to be found. The girl I'd seen at Cafe might have been a different person after all. Feeling a bit relieved, I let my tense shoulders relax a little, then turned back around. Ugh! I can only have okay, no more delusions. After last time, no more delusions. Usually the first time you play these games, you can only get one ending anyway, so... Shocked, I took a step back. On the other side of the crosswalk, standing among the crowd, waiting for the light to change, was the girl. And to make matters worse, the gaze beyond those glasses was clearly pointed straight at me. She didn't even try to look away. Her eyes were so intense, it was as if they were urging me to do something. She's hitting the librarian glare? Yeah, she is. She looks normal. I don't know. Are you sure it's not like the light's just reflecting? I couldn't take my eyes off of her either. It was like I was suffering from sleep paralysis. Suddenly, Girl A opened her mouth. She seemed like she was trying to say something. But everything else was so loud that there was no way I could hear what she was saying. I was completely entranced. All I could do was stare at the movement of her lips. Whose eyes are those? I've just seen the biggest fucking spider in my life and now I'm scared. Yeah, that will change if you come to Australia, buddy. Eyes? A chill ran down my spine. There was no way she just said that. It must have been my imagination. I sucked at lip reading anyway, so I'd probably just gotten it wrong. I shook my head, trying my hardest to look away from her. Either way, Girl A had definitely said something. Whatever it was incredibly creepy. Especially considering the two of us had never met before. I needed to stay away from her. Shoot it? Yeah, use your corrosive sludge on it, bro. I should just run. I'll just run straight home. Run! Shoot your goo, my dude? Yeah, your deep rock goo. Whipping my weak, withering heart into shape, I broke into a sprint. I ran back down Dogenzaka, trying to put as much distance between me and Girl A as I could. On the way, I turned to enter a back alley. Nah, I rarely see spiders, to be honest. I mean, I did see one kind of recently, but it was small. And right as I did, I crashed into something and toppled over. Pain shot through my entire body. I groaned, not fully understanding what had just happened. The pain was so bad I could hardly stand. Is he gonna, like, wake up and he's, like, on someone's tits? Oh, no, okay. Looking up, I saw a big motor scooter lying on the ground. That must have been what I'd run into. I gritted my teeth and tried to force myself to my feet. My legs just weren't able to hold me up, sorry. Well, it didn't seem like I'd broken any bones, at least. Are you alright? Ah! Ah! Where I live in Australia, I never see spiders as a cockroach. Maybe every 2 months or so. Yeah, I think I'm about the same. Probably even less than every 2 months. Probably like every 4 months I see a cockroach. The only spiders I see are like daddy longlegs and those windowsill spiders. The one time I saw a tarantula, but that was at work, not at home. I haven't seen a tarantula or not tarantula, a huntsman. I haven't seen a huntsman in ages. In super ages. Sorry, I'm wetting my vocal cords right now. Propaganda? Nah, it's true. You don't have to worry about spiders anyway. It's like the number one thing you have to worry about here is probably drop bears. But otherwise, you're fine. I think. Before I knew it, Girl A was right in front of me. She was peering into my face, eyes full of concern. What the hell was up with this girl? My body wouldn't move. As pathetic as it sounds, I was scared shitless. I had no idea what to do. My plan had been to catch a train ride to Shinsen and get home that way, but now I was starting to regret my life choices. The thing about Australia, you only encounter all the critters if you live further inland, but everyone lives on the coastline. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They like, in the water area, there's less bogs. All the giant scary bugs live in the middle, mostly. Or like more towards the middle. Or like on farms, I guess. I mean, I guess a snake still, but I've never seen a snake in the wild before, like in my home, so. Around my home. So I'm good. If you live in Alice Springs, Central Australia, it's the type of place where you wake up with spiders in your toilet or snakes in your covers? Yeah. Yeah. Where it's hot and arid. Are you hurt? Girlie asked me timidly. Was she acting all worried so I would drop my guard? You won't fool me. I won't fall for your tricks, you 3D wench. What the hell is wrong with you? Huh? Quit following me! What do you want from me anyway? Yeah, it is, pretty much, yeah. Panicking, I lashed out at Girl A, who just stood there in surprise. I tried scuttling backward to make some distance, but I was still flat on my ass. If I didn't get away from her, she'd reach into her jacket, pull out a knife, and jump me. That was my thought process, anyway. That gruesome scene flashed through my mind over and over. All I could think was, that's how I'll end up. ... Move it to the land down under? Yeah, go to Alice Springs where giant bugs will jump you. Sounds good. The girl hung her head, looking a little hurt. So, you ran off, so I came to check on you. And then you fell, so I got worried. But, I don't, want anything from you, so, She didn't want anything from me? What? That didn't make any sense. Yeah, his activation code. Then, why have you been stalking me? I don't know if they'll like that if you made them extinct. Well, that's because she was getting flustered. I just couldn't get over how suspicious she was acting. I'm Kusunoki Yua. ... Nobody asked her to, but she suddenly started introducing herself anyway. Yeah, you're the same! You're literally the same, bro! To be honest, ever since the moment I first saw you, I've wanted to know more about you, so... I just instinctively... What? She just instinctively started stalking me? The girl, whose name was Yua apparently, kept lowering her gaze as she talked. I'm very sorry. She bowed her head vigorously. There's no way. That was the only thing on my mind. Taking another look at her, this Yua girl was pretty cute. I had to give her that much at least. But that was exactly why I couldn't trust her. A 3D girl? Who wanted to interact with me? With good intentions? Bro would actually be excited to have a stalker? I don't know about that. He hates every woman that he's ever met for some reason. What kind of eroge was this? My whole life, nobody had ever said anything like that to me. There was no way I could take her confession seriously. It was just way too out of left field. What, did she think I'd be jumping for joy or something? Did she forget she'd been stalking me until just now? Yep. There you have it. Sure, that kind of thing might work in the 2D world, but IRL, it was a certified boner killer. Also, this whole situation was really embarrassing. All I wanted was to get out of here ASAP. Just talking to her made me anxious. 3D really was total dog shit. I'm not into 3D. Huh? I mean, you're I always stutter when I try to say something harsh, but I had to be clear. Don't follow me anymore. I don't like it. You're freaking me out. Quit following me. This guy has no spine. I'm sorry. She sure looked disheartened. Maybe she'd actually meant it. No, don't fall for it. You can't trust anything about 3D women. You can only trust 2D. You can trust Saratan far more than this harlot. Bro doesn't stutter around his sister? He did stutter around her. Those were his thoughts. Thinking about calling her a B word and everything were his thoughts. Just don't follow me anymore. I'm gonna go now. As I mumbled incoherently, I tried as hard as I could to stand up, but I struggled. My body was still hurting all over the place. My collarbone in particular was being a real bitch. The pain was making me feel kind of dizzy. I might have hit my head when I'd fallen down earlier. Oh, I see. I almost fell over again, but Yua caught my hand and stopped me. Are you hurt? Here, I'll help you get up. ... I tried really hard not to make eye contact. I could feel my face turning bright red. She'd definitely make fun of me if she noticed, so I turned away and forcefully shook her hand off. My mind was a total blank. I've hardly if ever touched a female before, except family members, of course. My heart was beating out of my chest. I'll help you get back home, because, you only got hurt because I was following you in the first place, so... Please let me help you. I felt really happy when you asked me that. I wasn't really used to being treated kindly by others. Every other 3D woman I had interacted with before was utterly vile. But this girl? I was actually starting to warm up to her a little bit. I hate this guy. No, Blood, stay, please. Blood never getting a baddie with that stutter. He doesn't want them anyway. Character development, Blood, stay. But I didn't have the courage to look her straight in the eye. I mean, she had been stalking me, and she also might have been related to the demon girl, and I didn't want to die. All sorts of thoughts flew through my head, but I couldn't focus on any single one of them. My mind was a total blur. So, which way is your house? Oh boy! She thinks he got Riz. Just wait till she finds out he lives in a shipping container. Oh, Shinsen? Shinsen? I nodded before instantly regretting it. Why the hell had I told her that? Was I expecting something to happen if I did? This had to be one of my delusions. Maybe when someone stalks me and I tell them where I live. Maybe Karma put me on a lucky streak, just so it could come to beat me down later. You saw that cliche all the time in anime. This must have been some sort of death flag. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! Before I knew it, Yo was trying her best to prop me up with her shoulders. Her soft body was tightly pressed against mine, and I could smell a sweet scent coming from her long hair. This couldn't be real. There was no way a 3D girl was being this nice to me. Can you walk? I nodded in response. Let me fix it, Blood, never getting it. yeah, exactly. Bring her home and treat her to some cup noodles. Yeah, cup noodles and some cola, and you can sit her down on your bed covered in porn magazines. Alright then, let's get going. Her voice almost sounded nervous. Then with my head pointed down at the ground, I slowly started to walk. She'd done so much for me at this point. I couldn't turn her down or shake her off anymore. I was out of options. I just had to let her do as she pleased. Leaning on her delicate shoulder for support, the two of us got moving. Kiss anime and chill. Yes, sir. Kiss anime and chill. Neither of us said a word until we reached the building where my base was located. After all, there was no way I could hold a half-decent conversation with a girl, let alone one I didn't know. I knew that the second I'd bring up anime or video games, she'd automatically go, ew, what a freak, just like every other 3D girl. She wouldn't even bother listening or trying to understand. From my point of view, there was just no point in talking to bitches like that. My god! Here's fine, you can go now. That grumble was all I could muster, and I looked at Yua to make sure she understood it. She gave me a gentle nod in response, and removed her arm from under me. I was still a little unstable, but I managed to stay upright. How about I at least, help you get up to your room? ... I completely ignored her suggestions and walked toward the lobby. My god. Well, I say lobby, but it was really just a narrow entryway to the elevator hall. Still, the moment I lifted my foot to start climbing the small staircase leading to it, a sharp pain ran through me and I nearly fell over again. I'm deeply concerned for whoever wrote this story. Yeah, absolutely valid reaction. My mom is calling me from China. Oh shoot. Oh shoot, 1 second, I gotta send her a message. Telling her that I can't answer right now. How do I even do this? Hit her with a knee how? I can't do a video call right now. I'm streaming my favorite game with the most lovable main character in the world. Well, I say lobby, but it was really just a narrow entryway to the elevator hall. Still, the moment I lifted my foot to start climbing the small staircase leading up to it, a sharp pain ran through me and I nearly fell over again. Are you okay? Hello, wee wee. That's fine by me. Meow. Yora rushed over to support me. Damn it, why was she still here? Alright, I'm coming with you to your room. I won't let you down. She sounded almost desperate. 3D mums are the worst. I hated to admit it, but Yua had been a huge help. And in the end, she had taken me all the way back to my base. Same guy made Darlin and the Franks? Yeah, that makes sense. To get there, first we had to go all the way up to the 8th floor, then take a steep flight of emergency stairs up to the roof. In my current state, there was no way I could have possibly managed that alone. Yua wasn't strong in any sense of the word. She was very clearly running on fumes, and yet she had helped me up the stairs as if her life depended on it. So this is where you live, huh? Yua was left speechless. Oh no, she saw the shipping container, man! Yua was left speechless when she saw my container house. No surprise there. Normal people would probably never believe someone could live in a container. Why is he living in a shipping container on the top of the building? Don't worry about it. It's kind of nice. This is your future if you marry him, woman. You don't want a piece of this. Huh? It has this sense of rebelliousness to it. I like it. I never thought she'd say something like that. Was she just trying to flatter me or something? You won't fool me, wench. I will never fall for a 3D girl's tricks. Elevator, I think? With yours still propping me up, we walked up to the container door, removed the padlock, and stepped inside. It was built around it. Phew, I was finally back. Today was another total catastrophe. This is why you really couldn't beat staying indoors. It's so dark. Where's the light switch? Did she really not have any shame just coming into my room like this? I mean, to be fair, she had brought me all the way here on her shoulder. But I really didn't want her seeing the rest of the room if I could help it. I mean, I had dozens upon dozens of figurines lined up on my shelf, piles of Erige boxes on my bed, and trash all over the floor. I'm fine now. Let me go. After I said that, I waited for you to let go of me, but she didn't budge. Your floor's a little messy. I mean, it seems a little hard for you to walk across. It's dangerous in your current state. Let me take you over to the couch first. I'll let you go after that. How does he get air inside of this thing? He doesn't. Bro is just living on fumes, for real. In the end, I just kept on doing whatever she said. It probably reeks really bad in there, too. The couch was covered in CDs and magazines, but Yua quickly cleared them out of the way, as quickly as she could while still holding me up anyway. As soon as she was finished, I sat right down. Man, she's just so sweet and caring. Wait, what am I saying? I'm not gonna fall for it. I'm not! Are you alright now? What is my mom? My mom, she sent me a video. I better turn this down so you can't hear her. She's sending me a photo of anime stuff. Oh, she's buying Chinese merch of Hatsune Miku. I see, she's trying to ask me what Hatsune Miku merch I want. Thank you, mother. I should just call my mom on stream. Oh, they got Detective Conan. Everyone has Hatsune Miku. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's just merch stuff. I'm gazing upon this video and seeing what she's sending me. That's so much stuff. Okay. What Hatsune Miku merch do you want? God only knows. Wow, so true. So freaking true. Yeah. The two of us were all alone in the room. It was almost pitch black, save for the tiny bit of moonlight shining through the open doorway. As a result, I couldn't tell what sort of expression Yua had on her face. On the bright side, though, hearing a girl breathing in the dark was pretty hot. Dude, this guy is so freaking... If you guys ever think you're a gooner, just... At least you're not this guy. Come to think of it, it was the first time anyone aside from my little sister had ever seen my room. Which meant it was the first time I'd had an actual girl up here. If this were a game, then I would have tripped some sort of flag. After that, soon enough, the mood would turn romantic, and before we knew it, we'd be all over each other. I remember in Akihabara we went to the Ice Fairy Cafe and they had one of the songs from the concert episode playing on the speaker. Yo! Yo! That's kinda, I mean, yeah, that's to be expected. The Edie from Anohana? Damn. Sorry, my mom's texting me now about Hatsune Miku. For Chinese Hatsune Miku. That said, I wasn't expecting anything like that. Reality was complete and utter shit. It was nothing like the 2D world. And besides, this Yua girl wasn't normal. She was a stalker, so yeah. She's not a weeb. I don't think she even knows anything about Hatsune Miku. She bought like a Hatsune Miku mousepad off of eBay. And she still doesn't recognize the character. Oh, she said she's leaving the Hatsune Miku shop, so if she goes to another one and she sees more Miku, she will call me again. Thank you. Thank you, my mother. Thank you, Poko Mom. Very cool. Very cool indeed. I love Hatsune Miku. I'll tell her to get something for you, man. Wait, why was she still here? It was just like an anime shop, or like a shop that had a bunch of anime merch and like K-pop merch and stuff for some reason. Why was she still here? How long was she planning on staying? Her job here was done, so shouldn't she be leaving now? That was when it hit me. Wait, no. Was her plan to get me alone in an isolated spot and do something horrible to me? Where's the light switch? By my PC. Where's that? Dot dot dot. The only light source in the room was the desk lamp by my PC. I wanted to tell her to turn that lamp on, but I just couldn't get the words out. Oh, I see. That lamp over there, right? Yeah. How do you get electricity in here? It's more base than Poko herself? Yeah. Oh, there are lights in this container, for real. Yua carefully made her way over to my computer desk, avoiding all the garbage by her feet, then turned on the lamp. And then there was light. The darkness had put all sorts of embarrassing ideas and delusions in my head, and now that I could see Yua's face clearly, all those fantasies made it hard to look her in the eye without getting even more embarrassed than I already was. Panicked, I couldn't get any words out, so I just kept my head down. Yeah, I've been drinking. Ugh! She shouted so suddenly that goosebumps shot across my skin. Her gaze was pointed straight at the Serotan figure next to my monitor, who was striking her favorite sexy pose. That's Serotan from Bloodtune, right? Huh? I keep giving her different, like, slightly different voices. You know her? Yes, I love Bloodtune. I watch it every week. Huh? You sure love Sarah-chan, don't you? She's my favorite heroine, too. Her outfit is so cute. Her voice was full of joy. She was clearly speaking genuinely. There was no way she was just trying to trick me. Who'd have thought? Could you be a Fujoshi? Dot dot dot. Why would you say that? Why would you assume that? That's a female character. Why would you think she's a Fujoshi? Why could she just not like anime? Nothing. Well, maybe she just liked anime. Yeah, exactly. That's a figure, right? Could I take a look at it for a second? Oh, I'm sorry. That was rude of me, wasn't it? Maybe I should just leave. She bowed repeatedly, clearly flustered. Sure, you can look. Well, I couldn't say I didn't enjoy her laying the praise on my waifu, so I might as well be a little nice to her. Really? Thank you so much. Yua took Sarah in her hand and started inspecting her closely. Bro's such a neat but willing and lets us girlie and never meet into his den of sin. I know, right? Like, if anything bad happens to you, bro, you deserved it. Though that's the Sanyoro pre-awakening version. A few Sarah figures have been released, but this was the first one. Wow. It's not very high quality, though. Parts of it are a little misshapen, like her face. The poses you can do with it are also way too generic. You can't make her look very sexy at all. Well, the clothes around her boobs are removable. It's a cast-off figure, but that's pretty much all it has going for it. Her boobs? Oh, by the way, I've collected all 4 Sarah figures that are currently available. They're on those shelves. I've got the uniform version, maid version, and swimsuit version. I know, when can he stop meeting women and go back to solving murder crimes? Wow, I had no idea there were that many. It must have been hard to get them all. The most expensive one is the maid version, but if you ask me, I'd say the swimsuit version is pretty good too. You think so? Can you show me? Actually, it's still a little dark. Alpha's releasing the ultimate post-awakening version soon, and it seems like it'll be pretty high quality. They're saying all of her clothes will be removable, not just her boobs. Plus the different expressions and poses are going to be top-notch. If they nail the paintwork too, it'll definitely be a candidate for Figure of the Year. Alpha? They're a manufacturer. They make figures. Oh, I see. Suddenly realizing what I'd done, I clamped my mouth shut. I'd been rambling on for way too long. Not just her boobs here. I'd gone off on a tangent about goddamn anime girl figures, removable pieces, sexy poses. I bet I look like a total idiot to Yua. I wanted to know what sort of face she was making, but I couldn't bring myself to look at her. Either way, though, it was obvious. She must have thought I was total human trash. She kinda are, though. She wouldn't be wrong if she thought that. I started panicking. My heart was beating out of my chest. I tried to avert my gaze as far away as I could. That's when she called out to me and I reflexively turned back to look at her. Her expression. It wasn't actually full of horror and disgust like I'd expected. You said you had the combat version and the maid version, right? May I see them? Sure. They're on the shelf. I was totally baffled. There wasn't a hint of anything on her face other than a wide, bright smile. Wow, this is amazing. You have such a big collection. In fact, her eyes were sparkling as she looked at my shelves full of figures. No way. Were there actually 3D women that weren't disgusted by this stuff? It must have been a 1 in a billion chance, but I suppose there were billions of people in the world. Oh, so this is Maid Sarah-chan. I see. It's a little different from how she looks on the show, but she's still so cute. They even went so far as to make her little underwear, too. This is the first time I've ever seen something like this, but I really like it. Maybe I should get one for myself. If you want one, you should pre-order the post-awakening version. That's my recommendation. You think so? I'm really interested in that one too, considering how you talked about it earlier. I think it's always been there. The post-awakening version is from that scene in episode 12, right? Oh, you sure know your stuff, dear lady. You must be quite the fan. Why is he talking like a sleazy old man now? Yes, I love the show. I've rewatched the clip of the awakening scene every single day since it came out. You know, the animation in that scene is all Miyagi. He directed it too, so there's no wonder it's so high quality. Miyagi? He's a god-tier animator. Hell, everything he makes is total god-tier. Whenever his work shows up in anything, people post on @channel like, Miyagi for the win, and stuff like that. This is the kind of shit where I was silly deep into, but I'm the girl instead of the guy. Oh really, I see. What do you mean? What does that mean? You certainly know a lot about this, huh? I never really pay much attention to the production stuff. It's a good idea to check out the director, the producer, and the scenario writer at least. When it comes to new IPs, you can usually tell off of those alone whether it'll be worth watching or not. I feel like this main guy is what every man is afraid he is. Like, he is afraid. Every single man that has an interest is afraid that they're the main character of this game. I see, I'll start doing that from now on. As Yua said that, she turned to face me with another lovely smile. That's probably why everyone hates him. Well, besides the fact that he is just unbelievably unlikable, but I feel like every person that plays this game does not want to be this guy. It made a girl smile. I never thought I'd see this kind of eroge stuff happen IRL, let alone to me. Me when I make a girl smile. It's eroge, of course. This is eroge stuff, making a girl smile. So true. Usually 3D women, including my little sister, only ever smiled when they were making fun of me. That had to be some kind of catch. There was just no other explanation. I couldn't forget what Saratan had told me. Till then, you can't trust anyone. Don't listen to anything that anyone says. I once helped an old-ass lady with some heavy appliances and her granddaughter showed me her MHA collection. Damn. Huh? I'm not sure if I have any right to ask, but... What? Dude, that girl was probably trying to riz you. That's dope. Yo got all shy out of nowhere. She was looking down and avoiding eye contact. But is it alright if I ask anyway? I'd like to know. Your name. My name? Oh, I see. Now that she'd mentioned it, Yua had introduced herself to me, but I'd never returned the favor. Nishijo Takumi. I was a little embarrassed, so I ended up weakly mumbling it out. Nishijo Takumi-kun? I see. What year are you in? Oh, second year. I'm a third year. I guess I'm older than you then. No delusions. No delusions. Oh man, I was getting dizzy from how moe that sounded. Could you be the kind older sister type? Damn it, trying to seduce me and shit. This woman was dangerous. She must be up to something. Guess she's older, guess it wasn't meant to be. By the way, Nishijo-kun, I have a request. A request? Seriously? I studied the wrong part. Was she going to ask for one of my Saratan figures? If so, then she can just fuck right off. She had the gall to ask me to part with one of my waifus? Ridiculous. Total insanity. There was nothing anyone could say, and there was no price anyone could pay to make me give up one of my Saratan figures. It wasn't fucking happening. If you want one so bad, go buy one yourself. Eek. While I was yelling at her in my head, Yua suddenly had a huge fall, landing flat in her rear. She rubbed her butt while on the verge of tears. Oh no, I think I just tripped on one of your CDs. The case might have broken. I'm really sorry. I'll make sure to clean it up. It's fine. Just get out of here already. You've done enough. What the hell was that request you mentioned earlier? I'm starting to think that this character is intentionally stupid, but is played so seriously that it feels legit. I can have other delusions. I have the option for it, but I don't want to do them after last time. Yua started cleaning up the trash and CD cases lying all over the floor, even though I told her that she didn't have to. She looked so apologetic it almost made me feel guilty, like I had done something wrong. Oh, well, let me just clear enough space so I don't step on anything else. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'll tell you about my request after I'm done. But the way she just instantly started cleaning up and thoroughly at that, she reminded me somewhat of my mom. Not caring in the slightest about what may cause problems for other people. Rushing straight into doing whatever she pleased. You know, the typical meddler. Shrimp fried rice! In that case, man, I'm getting hungry. It's okay, I'll probably stop in another 10 minutes or so I can eat and stuff and also rest my vocal cords, of course. In that case, I should probably start helping her, shouldn't I? We both reached for a piece of trash at the same time. Our hands would touch and we both say, "Oh!" Then we'd stare into each other's eyes, just soaking in the glow of the moment, right? Wrong! The fuck do you think this is? Some kind of rom-com? No way in hell was I helping her. You getting hungry? You must have seen a dead body. Yeah, I must have. Well, in the middle of piling up magazines, Yua suddenly stopped. Her back was turned so I couldn't tell what she just picked up. Probably Zorn. It's fine. Don't mind me. What was she getting so nervous about? Something about it made me suspicious. Come to think of it, she was essentially ransacking my room at this point. What if she was trying to steal something? Maybe she was thinking that I had so many figures, I wouldn't notice if one went missing? But little did she know, she was dead wrong! Oh yeah, so true. That's true, actually. I'd perfectly— that from the murder that was, you know, a big thing that's going around? Yeah, probably that's what she noticed. I'd perfectly memorize every single waifu on that shelf. If even a single one went missing, I'd be able to tell in a nanosecond. Don't touch any of my figures, okay? Alright, but I think there's been a misunderstanding. This is a blood tune, dojinshi I think it's called, right? I just saw it fall down and I decided to take a look at it. He might steal his DS, you're right. How will he communicate with his family then if he doesn't have PictoChat? My blood tune dojins? Shit, they're all Zorn! It was very interesting, so I was just surprised, that's all. Don't go looking at stuff without asking. Oh, I'm sorry. Yua began tidying up again, nervous as ever. Shortly after, she quickly cleared out a space to sit down and then turned towards me. So, about that request I mentioned earlier, well... Finally! I gulped, then instinctively braced myself for impact. Earlier, you mentioned that one figure pre-order. Do you think we could go do that together? Huh? Huh? You see, I've, never gone to an anime shop or anything like that before. Wait, what am I even saying? I'm so sorry. You must think I'm being so rude. It's my fault you got injured after all. This was some dangerous territory. I couldn't afford to just blurt out an answer. On one hand, Yua and I had shared interests. Hell, she was even a fan of Seira. She also seemed very interested in what I had to say, which meant she was someone I could get along with as an otaku. But on the other hand, it had to be some sort of trap. There was just no way in hell something like this, something so perfect, would actually happen to me in real life. It was an eroge cliche, nothing more. Not everything is about porn, dude. You could just be making friends, okay? Well, you did invite a stranger into your house, that is kind of weird, and she was stalking you. That is true. That is very weird. I couldn't let 3D corrupt me. Think, Takumi, think! What the hell could Yua's true goal be? I'm so sorry. Please, just forget what I said. It's just all the things we talked about. It made me happy. Yua sat there with her head hung low. Pretty much every 3D girl ever was insanely full of themselves, and meanwhile, this girl was remarkably timid. And there was no way a 3D girl could be so pretty and have such a cute personality. Everyone knew that! Meaning, she had to be faking it. I'd turn her down. I'd gather all my strength, all the power vested in me as a man, and shoot her down. As Yua looked back up at me, I saw tears welling up behind her glasses. Wait, was she crying? Was it because I wasn't saying anything? Had I just made her cry? Oh no. Give me a break. What a life or death situation. I'd never experienced anything like this outside of video games. My heart was pounding out of my chest. I was even starting to feel a little guilty. That's right. It's now that we've met all the girls, it's time for Higurashi gameplay to begin. Honestly, I had absolutely no clue how to deal with it. I was getting more and more nervous by the second. We can go together, I tried to say, but ultimately I couldn't bring myself to. Because if I did, surely she'd just say something like, "Ew, this dumbass actually took it seriously? What a freak!" Call it a persecution complex, but that was how I felt. I just couldn't do it. It's okay if you don't want to. After all, it's not right for me to ask for something so selfish. Her eyes seemed even more wet than before. I saw a single tear dripping out from the corner of her eye. So no chaos at a breaks figurine. I'll come with you. Huh? You'll come along with me? I had no choice but to nod. Why did the music just abruptly stop? I couldn't think of any other way to make her stop crying. Still, it felt like I was stepping right into a trap. Now I am sus because the music just stopped out of nowhere. Yua seemed incredibly relieved. She took a deep breath, took off her glasses, and wiped away her tears. I never would have thought you'd agree to it. Thank you so much, Nishijo-kun. Huh, she was thanking me. Seemed like I'd been able to stop her from completely breaking down. Maybe I should be the one thanking her. Shit, how did I get myself into such a mess? Goddamn 3D women, you can never let your guard down around them. So then, when should we go? What time would suit you best? Hold on, where the hell had her sad-looking expression gone? Only a second had passed, and she was already looking happy as a clam. My bad, I unplugged the music device. Plug it back in, we need the vibes, man! That's the only thing we have going! Those really were crocodile tears, weren't they? If so, she should win a fucking Academy Award. The new Sarah-chan figure is going on sale soon, right? Yeah. It'll probably sell out instantly, I think. So we should hurry and pre-order it as soon as possible, then. Are you saying that honestly, or are you being sarcastic? Oh. Okay, well I got my answer. How about we go tomorrow? ... According to my schedule, I needed to go to school tomorrow. That made it 3 times total this week. Then the week after, I'd only have to go twice. I had a feeling that tomorrow was going to suck even more than usual. But I already told Yua I'd go with her. If I tried changing my mind now, she'd start the waterworks all over again. Oh, I really had no choice here, huh? Fine. I was incredibly reluctant, but still I agreed. Yua seemed happy to hear that. But she couldn't fool me with that face of hers. Which class are you in, Nishijo-kun? We can meet up after school tomorrow. Class C. Class 2C then, right? Okay, I'll be waiting for you once classes are over. This guy speaks like he just learned how to swear, he really does. I nodded quickly in response, hoping that'd make her leave faster. I hope the lawyer is like he was in a coma for like 7 years of his life, and that's why he's so insufferable and doesn't know how to talk to people. Wait, I just made a promise to hang out with a girl? Was this a dream? A delusion? I pinched my cheek to test that theory. It definitely hurt. Alright, well, I'm really sorry for taking so much of your time today. If your legs keep hurting, please go see a doctor, alright? Maybe this is his coma visual novel? He deserves to be in a coma if this is how he is. Oh, sure. That's why he lives in a FedEx. That explains why he lives in a FedEx. Yeah, true. Why does he just have posters in a box? And why does he not hang them up in this metal container? I sat on the couch and watched Yua leave. She turned around and waved goodbye, then exited out the front door. I'll see you tomorrow, Nishijo-kun. He's dying of CO2 poisoning, I'm telling you. That's where the delusions came from. He actually, you know what? He might be. And he's got his computer running 95% of the time. Why do all the container walls look like normal walls? You're so right. It's only the door that looks different. She said, see you tomorrow. And she even waved goodbye to me. Foo-hee-hee. I felt like I was about to melt with bliss, so I quickly stiffened back up. That bitch has definitely fallen for me. No doubt about it. Foo-hee-hee. But really, it's up to me whether or not I end up dating her, right? So I'm just gonna dump that whore. No mercy, no sympathy. You know what I'm gonna say? As you are now, you're not fit to be my woman. Come back once you've surpassed Sarah. Which is to say, never. After all, there's no way you can beat Sarah. She's forever 17. Something along those lines. Foo-hee-hee-hee. There was no way any girl could ever be better than Sarah-tan. I picked up the Sarah figure and rubbed her against my cheek, and Sarah-tan couldn't have looked happier. I swear to God, if he freeze one time. Yeah, he even said at the start of the game that he hated his own laugh. Oh, it looks like we're out of time. As I'm sure you all know, we have a test coming up soon, so make sure you take good notes, you hear me? Anyway, that's all for today. You promised me character development? Dude, we're still in chapter 1! Rise. Pow. The math teacher. Wait, what was his name again? Well, whatever. The teacher left the classroom, and that was the end of the classes for the day. Some students started chatting about where they'd go after school. Those who were in clubs gathered with their fellow members and headed for their club rooms, and the rest were just getting ready to go home ASAP. Is this what it feels like to watch reality TV? Probably. I think everyone would probably be as insufferable as this too. I was in the last camp. As soon as the bell rang, I was always first to pack up and leave. But today I stayed glued to my seat, trying to avoid eye contact with any of my classmates. My anxiety was killing me. After all, my date with Yua was very soon. Any normal, non-Vidya obsessed person would be losing their mind to have a date with a girl planned. I'll probably do his date with Yua, and then I'll wrap up because that feels like a good time to stop. But this was me we were talking about. I couldn't feel any more depressed. I couldn't relax at all. I was feeling physically sick. This would be the first time I'd ever gone on a date with a girl, so I had no clue what to do. Besides, would Yui even show up? Maybe she'd just been fucking with me yesterday and she planned on standing me up. She was probably watching from the shadows right now, giggling at how gullible I was. Well, now that I thought about it, that honestly might be better than her actually showing up. Wait, did I really have to just sit around waiting? I mean, I could just blow her off and go home. Alright, it's settled. Time to head home. We were in different grades anyway, so if I just cancelled our date at the last minute, I'd never have to see her again for the rest of my life. I don't think, the school can't be that big, bro. The school cannot be that big. Fully determined to follow through with that plan, I stood up. Oh! Yo, Taku, you still here? Out of nowhere, my back fell victim to a hard slap. I knew who was behind me without even looking. The only guy in class who ever talked to me. None other than Misumi-kun. You planning on heading home? You usually vanish before the bells even finish ringing. In my head, I call it Takami's supersonic split. I'm about to leave. You waiting on someone? Huh? How the hell did he know? No way. Was I right on the money? How? Well, you're acting pretty damn fidgety. You've also looked over at the door about 100 times. He was good. He has eyes! Either way, I probably shouldn't say anything that'll make me stand out too much. Don't you forget, Takumi. You gotta be invisible at the school. You gotta blend in. Be like air. No, I'm not really waiting for anyone. Oh, really? Then what have you been up to all this time? Oh, well. Fuck. Misumi-kun wasn't a bad guy, but at times like these, he could get really fucking annoying. Take a hit, FFS. Nishijo-kun? Shivers ran down my spine. I slowly turned my head toward the voice. You were standing by the classroom door looking apologetic. God damn it, because of Misumi-kun I'd lost my chance to escape. Huh, who? What's going on? What the hell's going on? Misumi-kun looked unusually shocked. In fact, he was literally shaking. He put his arm around my shoulder and gave me a stern look. Dude, Taku, what the hell? Explain. That your girlfriend? No, she's not. How many times have I told you, Misumi-kun, I'm not into 3D? Then who is she? And I'm not buying any bullshit like she's my sister or something. What the hell did a shut-in like you do to meet a beaut like that? She followed me around yesterday. Oh, so it's like that then. She picked you up. Damn, bro. Lucky bastard. He put his hand on his chin, pondering for a moment. And then he finally let me go. I see. Well, different strokes for different folks, huh? Gotta be someone out there who's into whatever you've got. He has nothing. But I'll tell you what, Taku. I'm kind of relieved you got at least half normal sex life. Sex life? I told you it's not like that. Right, whatever you say. Good luck out there, Taku. Misumi wasn't taking me seriously at all. He just got all excited over his own assumptions, and slapped my back even harder than before. At this point he was just screwing with me. Chill out, dude. I won't steal your girl. I'm trying to tell you it's not like that. Boyd is on the edge of I'm sorry for torturing you, but get used to it. Whatever, man. Just get going. Your girl's waiting. Misumi-kun ordered me to move, so I stumbled over to Yua. Despite my best efforts, I hadn't been able to escape. I came to pick you up. Am I disturbing you? No, not really. Yes, you fucking are. I turned to look at Misumi-kun, but he just grinned and gave me the finger. Honestly, I couldn't tell whether he was trying to pick a fight or cheer me on. I couldn't deal with his shit any longer, so I just decided to hurry up and leave with Yua. Again, I'm really sorry. We only just met yesterday, so asking you to come with me for something like this isn't really... It's fine. Oh wow, we can't talk to each other. We suck. I was so nervous. I was leaving school together with a 3D girl. Was I a normie now or what? I'd always felt like this was all in a completely different world from mine. I never would have thought I'd get to experience something like this. But now I was feeling the intense pressure of Yua's silence. We were just walking side by side, not even talking, so why was this so stressful? And to top it all off, I didn't really know who Yua was, or what her goal was. Just what did she want from an otaku freak like me? So, did you watch... Huh? I'm sorry? Nothing. She started talking to me out of nowhere, so I got surprised, and that weird sound I'd made just came out. Yua also seemed really nervous. Her expression was so tense. She was older than me, so how was she still so innocent? How surprisingly moe. Then again, I probably wasn't the best person to be talking about innocence, since I could hardly manage more than a quick sidelong glance at her. I was too embarrassed to take a proper look at her face. I just couldn't do it. Cover up the dialogue. You watched the new Bloodtune episode, right? The one that aired the day before yesterday? Yeah. There was this one part that I didn't quite understand. Suzumu-kun always rushes to rescue Sarah-chan, right? But this time, how did he even know that Sarah-chan was in danger? I don't quite get it. Thought that, was foreshadowed in last week's episode. There was that tiny scene where Sarah's phone rang for a moment, right? Suzumu's name was on the caller ID. Oh! Now that you mention it, I think I remember that. Yamataku loves putting that sort of foreshadowing in. There are similar things in Gold Goal, too. Yamataku? Gold Goal? Yamataku is the nickname of the Bloodtune director, and he did an anime called Gold Goal before Bloodtune. Oh really? So Yamataku-san is a famous director? Well, I like him at least. As for why, well... It's something about titties again, isn't it? Oh, it skipped half the dialogue of them talking about anime. I'd been lecturing Yua about the various facets of anime when I realized we were already in front of Animate. Time flew by way faster than I'd expected. I let myself get carried away and talked way too much. Well, it didn't help that Yua was such a good listener. She paid such close attention while I shared my wisdom. I couldn't help but want to tell her everything I knew, even though I knew I was falling right into a trap. All this, and yet I wasn't even good at talking. This was the first time I'd ever felt this way. What are you talking about, Kenshi? I was talking out loud, but it felt like I was chatting online. It was a strange feeling. Bro's just yapping, and she's not even listening. Did the Spider King come after you? The Spider King for killing the spider? His spider son? Spider Prince? Oh dear, I'm getting a little nervous. The rare items? In Lies of P? Oh, is that the key you were talking about before or something? Please don't leave without me, okay? Sure. Back to farm at Elliot. Oh shoot, Kenshi! Can you even get more than one? It sounds like a key item. Why would it let you sell that? Oh my god! Can you finish the game without it? Why would it let you sell that? That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Is to unlock a weapon? Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Rip Kenshi. Everyone pray F in chat for Kenshi's lost epic weapon on his Lies of P run. Best weapon in the game, too. Is it true? Is it the best? It probably is. Or one of the best or something. F. F for Kenshi. Bro, he can't. Have you seen how many hours he's pumped into that game? It's second best? Damn. I'm sorry for your loss, dude. That is sad. That's pretty sad. You only got more and more nervous as she went up and spoke to the store employee. It was clear that she was out of her comfort zone, but all I could do was just stand there and watch as she placed the pre-order for the post-awakening version Sarah figure. There weren't any opportunities to escape. Yua kept anxiously glancing back at me, so I couldn't budge an inch. Oof. Right after that, she even forced me to look around the store with her. Ugh. Yua was looking all around with a big grin on her face, saying things like, wow, there's not enough money in the world to buy all these figures. But even in the face of all that enthusiasm, I just couldn't find it in me to smile back at her. Damn. So apparently Yua took the train to school, which meant I had to accompany her. McDonald's hamburgers, boys. McDonald's hamburgers. McDonald's mention? Which meant I had to accompany her all the way to Shinsen Station. She might not look like it, but she was a devious one, alright. She always managed to get her way, all without making herself look even remotely selfish. Clever girl. Talk about a wolf in sheep's clothing. So, Nishijo-kun, do you have a cell phone? Once we'd reached the station, Yua suddenly asked me that question. A cell phone? I shook my head weakly. So you don't have one. I see. I guess we can't stay in touch then. What? Why the hell would she want to stay in touch? What, was she going to demand that I texted her about every little thing for the rest of my life? Oh, but you do have a computer, don't you? I have one too, so maybe I could exchange email addresses? Why would we? You know, because when the figure goes on sale, I have to come pick up my pre-order. So maybe we could go together again? I still don't have the courage to go to Animate all by myself. Dude, aren't you like 18? Why are you? It's just an anime store. No one's gonna judge you. It's so popular. She was good. Besides, she was way too good. You see, Nishijo-kun? I knew she had her claws in me, but I just couldn't turn her down. If I did, I'd look like the bad guy. I really... 3D was the scariest fucking thing in the world. Would like to get to know you better. How was she doing this? Was it just because I was bad at talking to people, or was she just too good? Either way, Yua seemed intent on not leaving until she had my email. Yet at the same time, I could sense a bit of unease behind those glasses of hers. I could practically feel my will to resist draining from my body. There were goosebumps all over my body, shivers running down my spine. But I couldn't run away, and I couldn't turn her down. There was definitely something up with Yua. This aura she had. It wasn't normal. This guy is so freaky deaky. Koji. I don't know. She seems like a pretty interesting individual. I couldn't really put into words exactly what it was that bothered me so much. But whatever it was, something wasn't right. Before I knew it, I'd torn out a scrap of notebook paper, written down my email address, and handed it to her. Bro was so socially anxious, he just can't say no. She took it, looking happy as can be, then quickly bowed her head and dissipated into the station. It felt like my soul had left my body. I just stood there completely dumbfounded. Even after 10 minutes passed, I couldn't move an inch. Damn. Talking to women made him freak out. Oh, chat. So, what do you make of all of this? Of her? Because personally, I don't have the slightest clue. There is no way she doesn't have ulterior motives or something. Doesn't make any sense otherwise. Hey, you listening? What eroge is this? ... That night I decided to consult Grim about Yua. I figured I might as well. If I just kept my paranoia to myself, I wouldn't get anywhere. I bet Grim is her. I bet Yua is Grim. And that was the response I'd gotten. Well, not like I could blame him. The first time I'd spoken with Yua, I reacted the same way. It was stupid of me to think you'd be any help, Grim. Now wait one fucking second. You were being serious? You actually managed to raise a flag with someone? You really have a way of getting whatever you want, huh? Lol. Now who said they went into 3D again? Lumphao, sorry. It's not like that, dude. Grim's reaction was almost identical to Mizumi-kun's. Are they the same person or something? Oh, maybe it's Mizumi? I don't know. Well, for a turbo virgin like you, Nightheart, now that you have a girl, it should be easy to leave Otaku Dome behind and lose your V-card. You gotta be careful though, like if you start going, her duh, let's talk about my school swimsuit fetish, she'll dump your ass, so use common sense. What's wrong with a school swimsuit fetish? This guy's hopeless. I better do something quick. You got mail, you big dum-dum. Oh, out of nowhere I heard Seirotan's voice. That was my custom email notification sound. That's okay. I casually went to check my email and the sender's name was Kusunoki Yua. Wow, she sent one already? She is gonna text you every day of your life. I got an email. Just now. Whoomp, there it is! This was the first time I'd ever gotten an email from a 3D girl! I gulped and clicked to open it. Oh. Yua's usual elegance and purity shone through the email, and by using a lot of emoticons, she gave it a bit of a friendly tone too. But when she said things like, maybe it was because Nishijo-kun was with me, or I was hoping I'd be able to say hello tomorrow morning, I just couldn't help but feel like she was up to something. Yeah, that is kinda sus. She's using her feminine wiles on you. Good evening, this is Kusunoki. I sent this email as soon as I was able to. I would appreciate it if you add me to your address book. My apologies for making you accompany me today, sorry. Even so, I still had a lot of fun. Perhaps because it was my first time going to a store like that. Or maybe it was because Nishijo-kun was with me. Lol. What time will we be coming into school tomorrow, Nishijo-kun? Oh, I'm only asking because I was hoping I'd be able to say hello tomorrow morning, that's all. It would be nice if we could run into each other again tomorrow. Well, I'll be sure to email you again soon. Okay. Post it now? Okay, it's tame. Chill TF out. Fell into the trap. Catfish. For real. Okay. No, talking about greetings. What's happening? Jump scare? Okay, nothing. I guess he's spaced. Oh. I guess he's spaced out. Or he's just typing the email? He's typing the exact email? Yeah, he's typing his exact email to this guy? Grim wouldn't stop pestering you, so I just gave him the entire email. Okay. KYS Nightout, you normie scum. Please take this seriously. This must be some kind of trap. Yeah, how tight that tinfoil hat you got on. You sure you're not overthinking it? It just looks like you raised a flag with this chick to me. You're almost at the good end already. That's what I mean. There's no way this is real. You think this could happen to an otaku freak like me? There's no way. You think a cute girl would try to pick me up IRL? Dude, lol, are you seriously complimenting your GF already? Could you quit trolling for 1 second? Come on, I already told you, you're just overthinking it. We're two of a kind, aren't we, Nightheart? We both know how good girls like that don't exist anymore. Yeah, I was fully aware, but she really was just that nice, and that's exactly what didn't feel right to me. Well, maybe her stalking shit went a bit too far. But that's kind of hot, don't you think, Lel? It means she really likes you. And you said she likes anime too? Yeah, no way such a perfect GF exists, bro. Not for us otaku anyway, Lamau. Just don't go ruining her with your degenerate shit. Well, that might not be so bad. No, scratch that! That was exactly what I wanted! Still, cheer up a bit. She made the first move, bro. I'm not into 3D. You say that, but we both know you really want to go out with her, am I right? If you want to de-otakify yourself, now's your chance, lol. You won't get a second one, you know it. You're right, but... Congrats, you're popular now. Won't last long, so don't let it go to waste. Just keep calm and go on the attack. Just be Nightheart IRL. You can do it. You got the green light, bro. If I could just do it, I wouldn't be going through so much turmoil. Like, I'd realized something when I was talking with you the other day. Sure, there were a couple of moments where I had fun or felt happy, but aside from that, I just felt annoyed and completely exhausted. And that was what I had gone through with every IRL interaction, that I'd honestly rather just live in the 2D world where I could do whatever I wanted. And that was why I decided not to reply to you as email. Okay. What a cool-ass guy Grim is. Normal. A fire burned bright into the sky. Yeah, he's like his homie is supporting him. Alright, we'll call it here for today. I think we're finally after this, interesting things will happen. No, I loaded the save! Damn it. Okay, well, now I know what I'm gonna be doing for the next half an hour. Wait, I think I can skip dialogue, actually, that I've already seen. The greatest fail of all. How do I skip? Skip. Oh, control. No, not that. There we go. Easy. Holy crap, how far back is this? It's before we even met Yua. Jeez Louise. What? How far back was I saved? I can undo my sin against humanity. Thank God they added the skip button for dialogue you've already seen. That would have been so freaking bad, dude. Oh my god, there's like a whole hour of game. El Poko? No, W. We're so back. What's going on? I accidentally loaded my save, so I had to skip the dialogue to get back to where I was. My goodness gracious. It's okay, I've righted my wrongs. There is no more delusion with my sister anymore. I've saved us. You missed it, Boom Boom. We went on a date with a babe. And our guy is continuing to be the worst guy in the world. Okay, thank God. We're almost there, boys! Okay. We're caught up. We caught up. Save! Yes, okay, and I'm doing it on this one now. Okay. It was an hour and a half! It was an hour and a half of gameplay. Holy... Thank God for the freaking skip button, am I right, boys? I missed the babe time. I mean, the VOD's always there. But I got the throat strain now, so I have to end. I've been streaming for ages anyway, like just over how long I normally stream for, so it's fine. It's warranted. I think the next time I play this game, it will be interesting. Interesting things will happen because I did watch the anime, and I do know when things start escalating, and I'm pretty sure it's right from this very point. So, hopefully it becomes interesting enough that you guys will continue to suffer through what the main character has to say. Put W's in the chat. Everyone put W's in the chat. I'm gonna put them in both my chats. There we go. W's everywhere. W's for all. Even we came here to put a W. That's epic. Thanks, boys. Thanks for your support. Duffy's doing all the YouTube chat too? Sheesh. Alright, alright. That's it for me today. I got food. I just got unlocked. Damn, I was just wrapping up, bro. I was just wrapping up. I'll get food, and next time we will play Chaos Ed and look at more gore, but probably not tomorrow. Tomorrow, we might do something with the gang, Phasmophobia, unless, the boys don't want to miss out and want to do something with us too. Or maybe I will do Persona. But we'll see. I gotta see if the multi-stream thing actually worked. It looks like it's doing okay though. Boom Boom's here. Chillin', watching on YouTube. Alright. Peace out, gang. Thanks for suffering and watching. Next time I stream this might be in 2 or 3 days to let my vocal cords rest. But I am enthused about it. So, it'll be pretty cool. Alright, peace out. Peace out, boys. Thanks for watching. And letting me narrate to you a bedtime story. I hope it helped you fall asleep. And have nice and wonderful dreams. Peace out, gang. I'm gonna go cook food. I'm hungry AF. Oh, that corpse was just so scrumptious looking.